up, Cheers? Welcome to TSG Uncut. I am your host, Sean C. And tonight we have an interesting topic. I was actually going to go with kind of a different way route I was going, but then I realized something. Recently, a German woman went viral for talking about her relationship with her black husband. Now, the thing about this is that I have talked with Soraya before. Her name is Soraya Brooks. That's the name of her channel. If you want to go over there and check it out. But you know, I think that I have a different take on it. Okay. Obviously, some things there's a number of things that I can understand what she was saying, and I know where she was going with it. But I think that a lot of context was lost, right? A lot of context was lost in what she was trying to get across. And as a result, I believe that this is the single reason why so many black women were angry. But was she wrong? Was she wrong? And that's something that we're going to explore tonight. Okay. So the other thing that we're going to do tonight is once we get some more people in here, you guys start commenting. I am going to shout out my gents, right? Because I always do that. I cannot do this channel without you guys. And I want to, if you want to be a sponsor of tonight's video and have priority responses to your chat, then any type of super chat, cash app donation will allow that to happen. There's a lot of things I got to get through tonight. So you contributed to the channel. Helps. It has always helped. I want to thank last week's sponsors, Diesel D's, Nebadon Adams, Drew, and Calm Wolf 007. Thank you guys so much last week for being the sponsors of this live stream. And this is going to be an interesting topic, okay? This is going to be a real interesting topic. First of all, shout out to Preston, say Yo Sean CTSG, big bro, homie, and the Uncut Peeps. Thank you for being here as always, Preston. And shout out to the champ. I see you, brother. I see you in there. Okay. Let me get started with this. Right. We're gonna get started with this. Actually, before I bring it up on screen, I tell you guys all the time about the type of comments that these videos get. And I'm going to lay out a framework tonight before we listen to what it was that Soraya said on her video that got black women so angry. I want to show you some stuff real quick. Even when I put something positive at the end where I'm trying to give a message to let not just black women, modern women today understand what men are trying to tell them, right? You have women out there who say, hey, I would like to find a man, but there aren't any good men, or, all men are dogs, or, I need a man to come up to my level. There are so many things that men have to hear when it comes to, what they get, or, that they're not good enough. And so I'm going to start off this show with two comments, or two sets of comments that I pulled from this channel, okay? And it didn't even happen long ago. I pulled them today. These comments were on the channel within the last 24 hours. I want you to keep that in mind when you see this, okay? So this woman responded to the video, Married Women Expose Why Black Women Will Always Be Single. Now, the one thing I want you guys to realize about that video is it was a video about married black women trying to talk to single women and them talking about the hate that they get, okay? Part of the video was that. And this is the comment. Stop lying to these women. Stop portraying the perfect husband narrative. He is and will always be the worst bully you ever met. If you want to be free because you were born free, never get married. You will be owned. This is what another woman said. Okay? This is what a woman said. She goes on to say the shite that married women, I'm assuming she meant married women go through, you don't want to go through. If you think that because she has a husband, she is not going through the same thing you going through, you're lying to yourself. Again, this woman is trying to sell, or at least put in the comments, that, oh, well, married women are going through all this, so you need to understand, like basically trying to dissuade marriage. And again, I told y'all, I'm not a big proponent of selling marriage, but if a person decides to get married, I am 1,000% for that relationship to make it, to last. And it's going to take work. We know this, all right? But that doesn't mean it's not worth it, all right? I also comment on everyone who is married or engaged or in a long-term committed relationship. And as long as it was a positive message, I always give back a positive message and congratulate them on the amount of time that they've been married. This is something that I consistently do. But we're not done. She also says Black women are single by choice. Never get it twisted. I have not even watched this video. Let me just stop the press right there. I have not even watched this video. I saw the title and see how the title triggered this woman. Now, if you are a woman and you were watching this, you saw the title and you saw the thumbnail, I got you in the door. Why don't you be intelligent and be discerning and watch this whole thing? Why don't you be intelligent and discerning, especially if you're a woman who want to have her own husband one day or your own family and you don't want to end up being a single mom? Why don't you watch this stuff and listen and be discerning and sift through what's being said and get the bigger message? Are you capable of that? It doesn't seem you are capable of intelligent thought. All right? We are not outside talking about please marry me. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I am sorry I did not pull a clip to show women saying they want to get married, but I have shown it on this channel before. You guys have seen it. You have seen the women saying, I want to be married. I want my own man. And let me be clear about something. Just because women are saying that, ladies, men want to be married too. Did a poll on this channel a long time ago. And despite the comments you may read, more than half the men said that one day they would like to be married or in a long-term committed relationship with the right woman. See, that's the part y'all don't get. Men want these things, but they want to make sure it's right. They want to make sure it's somebody who is going to understand, connect, and be there for them in the way that they need. And I will promise you, if you can be that woman for the right guy, this man will work himself to death for you. All the in between you need to work on, that is part of the journey. That is part of the process. And if I seem passionate about this, it's because when I see ignorant crap like this, you didn't even watch the damn video, and you got in your emotions about a title and a thumbnail, but you weren't intelligent enough to try to sift through and listen and discern from the stuff that people are putting out there. Most of these clips, I did not create these clips. I put them together and curated them in a way that is digestible, that will also give you the information you need to give you a message at the end. And if all else fails, if you can't take it no more, right? Because some of you guys are like, it's too heavy for me. Watch it in an entertaining way. It will change your mindset, okay? So if you think we're done, we're not done. That was the first comment that we're going to start off tonight's video with. We're going to go to the second set of comments. This is from another woman. I'm not going to even say it. Y'all can read the screen. She said, we don't care about competing for Black men. It's boring and depressing to know that they are our only option. You know what? The only thing that made sense in that whole two sentences was the fact that she said they are our only options. And you know why they are your only options, ma'am? They are your only options. They're your only options because your behavior and your attitude. And listen, you don't think other men see what Black men go through? You don't see what other men see what Black Black men have to deal with regard to their women? You think they want to deal with that? And the ones that do, the ones that will put up with that attitude, simping, okay? But it's funny to me how some of you all will change and code switch your attitude when you get around someone else. Okay, instead of just being who you are, right? No matter who I've dated, I've been Sean. That part, every woman I've ever been with can agree on that part. Okay, what about you? What about you? Are you changing up who you are just because you with someone different? Shame on you. She says she likes variety. There are so many different types of men out there. And I love the answer to this comment, then be single. But I'm going to add to it. Yes, there's a lot of variety, but that variety isn't coming to America checking for you. Cinnamon, cinnamon. That's how we're going to start the show off tonight. That's how we're going to start this off tonight. Okay? I'm already, my blood is up. I'm ready to go. I am amped, ready to go. Let me know if you guys are ready to go down in the comments. Tonight, I'm sipping on something light. I just did a Truly, right? Because I wanted to be amped up for this. All right? Listen, again, I can't do this without you guys. So I'm going to go through the comments real quick, do some shout outs to the gents, and then we're going to get into the very first video. All right? At least I think it's the first video. Okay? Hold on real quick. Let me set up the first video. Okay. All right, let's see what we got up in here right now. Preston says, I'll always be a part of the gents channels. Thank you, Preston. I appreciate you. Hey, my dude. Carr says, let's go. Thank you for being here. Oh, wow. Someone deleted my comment. Oh, I don't know about that, man. Hopefully not. There's also an auto catch, right? So you got to kind of be careful about what you say because this is live and we do want to keep this channel monetized, all right? He said, well, that's wild. Well, all good, man. All good. Hell yeah. Let's get it. Get sick with it. Of course, we're never good enough right until they need us, right? Shout out to Night Train. He said, we've all heard that lie before, right? The women that are the ones who actually give us plenty to not ever get married to people who only use you for a financial sponsor to come up. All right, maybe I read that correctly. The women are the ones who actually give us plenty to not ever get married. Yeah. The ones that deal with gets hell. Yeah, fair enough. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Earth. Chris Jett, he says, all the females in my family voting for Kamala. I'm one of the few people in the family, my family that's voting for Trump. Well, listen, man, I don't like to do politics on this channel because we should be, we need to be together, right? Without throwing some extra bomb in there, right? Like all that does is take you different directions. I will say, though, I am a registered independent, okay? So all I would say to all of you gents is, right, both sides have their issues. Both sides, it's never going to be everything you want. It's just not set up that way. All I'm going to say to you is don't vote for someone because of what someone told you. Don't vote someone because you're in your emotions about it. Don't vote for someone because they sound better. Vote for someone, right, that is going to uphold the principles that you hold dear. And it can't just be one issue, because if you say this person is telling me this, okay, and I'm talking about both sides right now. If one person is telling me they're going to do this, but you ignored 100 other issues that need to get addressed too, right? This might make your life good for a little bit. But then there's a whole bunch of other things that come into play. Just like we're telling women to be discerning about men, and the way I'm telling you all to be discerning about women, you all need to be discerning about who you vote for, because it is very important. That's all I'm going to say about that issue. And that's where it stops with me with the politics. Okay. Just be smart. All right. Where we at? Oh, I caught all the comments. All right. First video. Okay. So the one thing that I want to start us off with is what we find is that on these type of channels, right, especially on here, when I go ahead and I present the truth, you have women that come in the comments and say the things like the women did in the opening, right? They have these negative comments, but they never really listen. They never really pay attention to what's being said, especially and even though it may benefit them. Women today, modern women today, can't handle the truth. All they want to hear is what's going to benefit their narrative. They want to hear how they're going to win at the end. And this first clip is going to start us off tonight. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear this when I play it.
And don't care about women's money. We don't care about women's competence. We don't care about women's height. We don't care about all the things that you care about in a man. Attraction isn't symmetrical, it's asymmetrical. So you became the man that you want. So all these other guys that you're meeting, they don't qualify for you. But the only guy that did meet your standards, guess what? You didn't qualify for him.
I don't want a man who's only going to judge me based on my size.
You just called him short. We don't want a woman that's only going to base us based off our height. I'm 6'4", he's 5'8".
I didn't judge his character.
But okay, but you judge his height and he doesn't qualify for you. The same way he doesn't qualify for you, with your figure, a lot of guys you won't qualify for.
Give me a second.
Oh my God.
No, he's just...
I was never speaking down on you. I was speaking to the queen in you. All human beings, we got the fool in us or the king or the queen in us. Like the man, he has a fool in him, but he also has a king in him. And that woman should always speak to the king in him. A woman has a fool in her, but she also has a queen in her. Me speaking to the fool in you would have been, you just as good as you are. Those guys are the problem. But I spoke to the queen in you. You could do much better than where you are now. But in this world, it's socially unacceptable for men to speak to the queen in a woman. If we speak in the truth to a woman, it's looked at, you're being negative. You're speaking down on me. You're shaming me. This podcast, no fugazi, so we got to keep it real.
Hell yeah. So definitely got to keep it fugazi. Listen, man, you guys saw it for yourself, okay? Let me just give some context for people that may just be listening to this right in the background. But earlier on in that podcast, she brought up that the dude that was 5'8" was too short for her. I'm sure she wanted a guy that was 6 feet or taller. And it's fine to have your preference. But we're hearing this all the time in these type of discussions. We are hearing all the time about how, oh, well, I can't date this man because he's too short, or I can't date this man because he's too broke, or I can't date a man if he takes me to, you know, Applebee's or Cheesecake Factory, okay? Men have to hear all of these preferences. And she just said, she tried to say, well, she was talking about character. I want you to really go back through my videos and tell me where women were bringing up character. Go ahead. I dare you. And if I would have found a woman talking about character, I would have put that clip toward the end of the video, right? I always put the deeper messages toward the end of every video to kind of summarize and to try to leave off on a positive note. I have that exact same type of video at the end of this one. This is what I do in every video. Instead, we have modern women who come on here, and when they don't even, like this woman, the other woman in the beginning, didn't even get past the title of my video. But had she started watching, she would have gotten a positive message at the end, or at least a strong message at the end. And the problem is, when you hear this, you don't hear the message. You get triggered by the truth. And that isn't my fault. And that isn't any of these men's fault who talk about these things. You guys would rather, ladies, not all of you, but some of you would rather listen to women who are going to lie to you and tell you that you're pretty, that, you know, no matter what, even though you've done no substantial work to yourself or your personality or your demons, despite all of that, that you're still a queen and you should be treated as such, yet you think that being a queen means that everyone needs to put up with your BS and attitude. And that is not the case. And, you know, truth be told, not all of y'all are queens. Truth be told, not all of y'all are kings, okay? Y'all need to stop using that shit liberally, right? If you don't have a kingdom or you don't have something you're leaving behind You are nothing. You're just a regular person. Let's get it there. Okay? All this king and queen talk and you don't own shit. Just get that out your head. Get the delusion out your head and live in reality. And maybe, just maybe, your life might actually change if you give it a little try. Go ahead. Try it today. Okay? Let's see where we're at. Truth, there is zero reason to get in a relationship, gentlemen. I disagree with that, but I understand why you're saying it. I would say that if you found the woman that meets your values, gives you, fills your cup, and not take away from it, yeah, that woman is worth being in a relationship with. Let's not live in the absolute. Let's not be Sith lords about this, okay? Don't call her no damn queen. Absolutely. Let it hurt. Night Train says, I'm 6'4" and was told that I needed to be 3 inches taller. Night Train, I'm 6'4" as well. Okay. Like I know, one of the hardest things to buy when I was younger was pants. Okay. I don't even know what you do when you pass 6'4" for pants without them riding up off your ankles like that. Okay. You know what I mean? And then if you got a small waist, now I'm 260 pounds. Okay. I don't have that same problem I did when I was skinny. My son who was here, he's 6 foot tall. He's 14 years old. Okay. That kid has a really skinny waist and damn near the same inseam as I do. Okay. Let that sink in for a second. So we got tall people problems. Okay. We got tall people problems. And so I'm glad I'm exactly the height that I am. Right. I'm glad I'm not any taller. Right. Maybe it might have made me a better basketball player, but that wasn't my destiny. Night Train, that wasn't yours either. Or maybe you do play. I don't know. He just dropped real bombs, trying to. Above, beyond, and forever. Great seeing you. He said salute, Jen. Salute to you as well. Earth Ken says 5'8" is more closer to 6 feet. Right? The percentage of men who check that the 3-6, which is six pack, the 3 6s, which is 6 inches, 6 pack, 6 figures is 1%. Yeah, but they don't get that. They're all going after the 1% dude and like, well, man, I can't find no men because the 80% of women are going for the same 1% of men. That makes men have a lot of options that they can exercise. So we're not going to go too far because we're going to talk about that here. Thank you. No land, no house, no generational wealth either, right? Exactly. But I'm a king or I'm a queen. More like 0.5%. Thank you, Dixon. Yep, you're right about that. There is zero reason. Keep going, fam. God bless you, brother. God bless you too, Gennaro. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. WAG 1, bro. And then 210, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I hear you. 80-20 rule. Exactly. 80-20 rule. 80% of the women are going for 20% of the men. Absolutely. Yep. You guys are all correct. So that's where we're going to start off at. Now, this right here, this next clip shouldn't surprise anybody. We've heard this, but I love the one thing that this clip is going to show. It's going to show how complicit women are in creating the dating market that we have today. And it's by their own actions. Ladies, you are creating the dating market today. And your mothers created it the day before, the years past. And you all are creating a bad dating market for the future. And we're going to prove it right here in this clip.
Women not teaching their daughters to be wives.
No. Guess what we're teaching them?
To be independent.
And unfortunately, that's exactly what I'm teaching my child.
I've been trying to let these things play. All right, y'all notice I don't stop the videos too often anymore, but I had to stop it right here. She told you, she knew the truth. She knew that she was, let me put myself up on the side screen there. This woman right here knew what the answer was, that women, modern women today, are teaching their daughters to be independent. And then she admitted, the truth came out. Okay, the truth came out that she's teaching her daughters the same thing. The funny thing about it is modern women today are teaching young ladies to be independent, to be strong. And yet they are also raising the men and they are making men weak. And here's the irony of it, gents. And I know you all know this has been watching this channel. While they're teaching their daughters to be independent, they are teaching their sons to be codependent. They are teaching and raising the men that they hate, that they argue about on social media today. And they don't correct themselves and they don't correct other women. They are scared to go against the sisterhood. Okay. If I come on here and I say something harsh toward the gents, it's all love. And a discerning man is going to say, you know what? He ain't lying. He ain't wrong. Okay. And then you have to decide within yourself, does that apply? If not, let it fly. But if it does apply, think about it, mull over it, and let that lesson make you a better person. Okay? I'm about to go to the absolutes. If you're not moving forward in life, you're most likely moving backwards. And that is simple as it gets. Okay? A lot of people are moving backwards right now. And they swear because they're moving, it's progress. But you're moving in the wrong direction. Moving backwards isn't progress. It's only going to hold us back. And take what I just said and apply it to everything in life. If you're trying to move backwards, you're not moving forward. And you're going to potentially miss out on something that could be good. Okay? Let's get back to this. I almost brain farted on how to start this thing again.
But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That shit gotta change.
I know.
Like
they are supposed to be taught to be wise. They're supposed to be to the right. Like you can't just
for sure. But yeah. No, but see that shit come after. Like she gonna know. She gonna have discernment now. Like okay, like you teaching her that. Like hey, that's a red flag. Fuck no.
Right.
He already showing you that.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
And that's fine to teach them to to bring them up as wanting to be wives and teach them how to be wives. Because I was watching this show and this guy was like, what did your parents always teach you? She was like, to be independent.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm going to stop it there because I think the end is like nothing there. But that's okay. That's okay. So she knows that we should be teaching women to be wives while she admitted to teaching her daughters or her kid, or I'm assuming her daughters, to be independent women instead of being wives. See, the problem is women have kicked men out of the equation. You do it every day when you talk about we don't need men and we could do it better and all these different things instead of realizing that we can only get there if we work together. But you all are working against us. And because you're working against us, the role of the man was also to be discerning of the men that come into your children's lives, to your daughters' lives when they are adults and they are ready to make those decisions. Most women get caught up in their feelings about it instead of rationally looking at, is this a good choice? So part of the predicament that we're in right now is the fact that women have pushed some men away. Listen, if you chose a bad dude, you chose a bad dude. I get it. But when you keep making the same mistake over and over again, because you now have a type and you want to say all men are bad, no, baby. The way you choose men is bad. Hey, why can't I keep getting dogged over by women? Because you ain't learned a lesson, brother. You ain't learned how to discern these women. Hence the reason I make these videos, so you can see it coming a mile away. But we're going to move on to the next clip because we don't have as many videos as last week, but we have a lot to get through tonight, okay? And I definitely don't want this to be a 4-hour live stream because I really want to work on putting out a video tomorrow. If I can't get it out by tomorrow, the video will be out about Friday. But this next video, it's going to be good. I promise you it's going to be a good one, okay? Shout out to King, man, one of my moderators here. Women out here sizing up men while writing their grimy The Loot remix. That's good. That's good. Oh, man. The reason that women can't find a man or good men and then complain about the men that they say they hate. Exactly. Shout out to Black Savvy. He said, raising their daughters to be masculine and raising their sons to be feminine. Exactly. Night Train says, and they want the same old men, the same old men to be their shield. Make it make sense. Bro, it don't make sense. And I'm glad you brought up that shield thing, because that's actually something we're going to talk about tonight, okay? Press shows that they can't even handle being accountable for the stupidity of the criminally insane choices they've made. Right there, right there. I seriously knew that there was a reason I love this channel, bro. Damn, Sean, don't kill him. I'm trying not to. But the more I get this, more I get a little drink up in here, a lot more gonna come out. Okay. All right. So we know how women are being raised, right? But the other thing is that even if men were to make them wives, a lot of women nowadays are giving up way too easy. And we know this. We know these statistics. We know that it's about a 50% divorce rate. And if the divorce happens, most likely a woman initiated it 70% of the time or higher. And it's 90% if she's college educated. So women are exiting relationships. But this next clip I'm going to show you is a woman who exited her relationship early for this dumbass reason. And I want you guys to hear it.
So you said that you were a housewife for 5 years. Why did that relationship end? Did you end it or did he end it?
I ended it.
Why'd you end it?
We just grew apart. We were together since after high school, and he got audited, and yeah, we were done.
Damn, was this some IRS shit?
Now, again, sorry, I don't normally stop it, but I want you to think about it. Let's just take this on face value. Let's take what this woman is saying at face value. She said that they grew apart. They've been together since high school. They grew apart, and he got audited by the IRS, blah, blah, blah. So it makes it seem like this man was completely irresponsible with money, or it paints the picture that he did something illegal, right? Which case, can you really blame her for wanting to check out of that type of situation, right? But what did I always tell you guys on this channel? It's always the truth, and then there's the lie. Let's listen to the rest of this and see where the story goes.
He got audited, and I was like, I found the paperwork.
What kind of business did he run?
A plumbing company and and a few Airbnbs.
Was it a front? Was it a plumb? Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
He just got audited. He didn't pay attention to the paperwork. He was so busy trying to pay attention to what I was doing with my production company.
So I'm a little confused. So he was providing for you, take care of you for 5 years, and then you found IRS audit paperwork.
Yeah.
What did you see specifically that made you say, I have to get out of this?
We had a routine. So once the routine started to switch up, I started to investigate as to what was going on.
Okay, what was this routine in particular that you guys used to do?
Here we go. Travel. Here we go.
Yeah.
Don't be scared.
We travel quite often.
Okay.
Once that started to slow up within like maybe our last 6 months together.
Oh, so it's your fault.
No, it's not my fault.
So this guy took care of you. You guys traveled. He ran the business, and you dumped him because he got audited by the IRS.
It was a little more than that. It was also like he just really wasn't the same type of, like I was telling you earlier, as far as like people growing out of each other. It just wasn't really all working.
So you guys grew apart?
Yeah, it was also a part of that, but he really just wasn't.
Okay, so we didn't get the whole rest of that story, but you all can see where that was going. Okay, you all can see where that was going. I don't know about you guys, but all I heard was he got audited. He probably had to pay back some money because he didn't take care of his taxes, right? Which a lot of people that start small businesses don't know how to properly do their taxes, or they don't properly know how to save for their taxes, or they start a business, but they don't realize there's other business things to take care of within the business. And that's fine if you're never used to having been in a business or having been mentored by the right people in business. Okay, that might happen. So it seems like he was probably paying back some restitution for some taxes he might have messed up, for some things he didn't claim. He got audited. It happens. But then she said our routine was broken. And she said things slowed up and we weren't. It sounded like she was going to say that, but before she was interrupted by this damn panel, they should have let her talk because she would have told the truth had they continued to listen. But it sounds like they weren't flying out and doing the trips. She wasn't able to do her hot girl thing. Sounds like this man was supporting her business. And when things got tough, just an audit, okay, an audit. She didn't say he went to jail for it, so it didn't sound like he did nothing bad. She said he just messed up some paperwork. And because maybe some money kind of went away, they had to kind of shift what they did. And when things got tough, that woman got going. Ladies, one of the reasons why men are not into marrying you all today is because when things get tough or the season changes a little bit or you all are kind of growing a little bit differently, and instead of talking and communicating about it, you all think that means that the marriage is bad. You all think that means that the relationship is bad. So what do? You fly the coop, right? You fly the coop. Again, I am not telling women to stay in a relationship that has major structural foundational problems. I'm not an advocate for that. Okay. Obviously, I'm the one that initiated my divorces because structurally things were wrong and it just wasn't going to go right. Okay. I am not going to fault a woman for that. But you hear so many women that leave for the silliest of reasons. They don't leave on logic and they don't leave on sound principle. They leave because of their feelings, how they feel about it. And men have caught on to that. And they're like, well, why do it? Why do it? Why lose everything because you had a hair up your ass and you weren't happy anymore? Okay. So that's the issue. That is an issue. Okay. Get to our next video. Now, we just talked about how this woman just flew the coop, right? Things got tough. Things wasn't going right. And so this person that she's known since out of high school that was helping her with her business, when things got tough, she left, right? But there is another reason why modern women today are leaving marriages and they are switching from relationship to situationship, etc., etc. Okay? This is the reason why. You're going to hear it.
A loss of freedom. I'm all about freedom, and marriage takes all of it away. And if you want to be, I look at marriage as slavery. I don't believe in living. Yeah, I don't believe in living for other people. I believe in happiness, and you can start a business with a partner. You don't have to get married and tie your life to them. So with you, I agree with you. If you were to live with a companion or have a life partner, I'm in total agreement not to get the government involved, because once you outgrow somebody, you should be able to break free and go your separate ways. Why do you have to go through hoops and hurdles to break away from somebody? Because that's slavery, shackle and chains, that's slavery. So marriage, I'm totally against it.
Now, listen, I've let you guys know my thoughts on this channel about marriage, and I don't think it's feasible for men because women look at it as slavery because maybe they got to clean some dishes and maybe they got some housework to do and some kids, right? Instead of deriving that happiness and enjoyment in their families, they look at the grass on the other side and think that I'm going to just leave. This isn't fun anymore. This isn't what I thought it was. This is the thing that I hear from a lot of women, okay? A lot of women speak exactly like this. But I want you to hear that this woman that just spoke, right? That woman got some issues, right? If y'all watch O'Shea Duke Jackson, he brought up about this woman right here. So go back through his library. It says about 2-3 months ago where he brought up a video about this woman. But this woman is speaking a sentiment that I have heard many times on the social media spaces, that women are looking at marriage as slavery. Oh, wait. More specifically, Black women are looking at marriage to a black man as slavery. Other women of other cultures aren't speaking like this. They aren't looking at marriage as slavery. They realize that they don't want to be older and don't want to be alone. Am I saying that all of them are going through it? No. The same thing that we're going through in the Black community is the same thing that's happening in other communities, which is why I try to speak to a broader demographic, because we're all going through this in this dating relationship game. But some reason, Black women take it to the most negative. We used to be the most married of any racial demographic. And it was that bond that made our community strong. It is that bond that got us out, that started to work with us to get us through some of the hardest things that anyone could ever go through. And now times are better than they ever been, especially for women. And yet and still, they feel like they're getting the shortest end of the stick ever. Make that make sense. All right. Shout out to all of you all that's coming here. Sorry I'm not catching the comments because I have a lot to get through. Shout out to Speak Spanish Now, right? It's that Boa Tarde. I've never heard. Is that Brazilian? I haven't learned that. I'm assuming it's a good evening. All right. Shout out to him. If you want to learn Spanish, you want to learn another language, go to Speak Spanish Now. He's one of my brothers in his life and one of my moderators. If you think about being a passport bro and traveling and all these different things, even if you just want to travel for you, right? You don't necessarily be a passport brother. Go over to Speak Spanish Now. I can promise you now, you're going to learn a lot. All you got to do is just watch one video a day, and he's going to help you out and improve your Spanish. So, all right. That's her name. Princella. Now, Princella dresses starting to look like the very men that she complains about. Exactly. Jaguar Wright said that Princella is lying online and Black men cause she gives 90-minute BJs to ninjas. Ha! Listen, man, I told you, she got some issues, man. All right? She got some issues. Shout out to Max Soul Excellence. He says, sup, brother? Sup with you, bro? Thank you for coming through. Alan Olive says, never happy. Yep. PBB Army, thank you for being here. It's going to be another 8 years before the next batch of women are ready to be married. Work on yourself and look again in 6 to 8 years. Yeah. Shout out to King. He said, remember that one clip you played where the woman said older men see themselves in younger men? Yes. I remember that clip. Absolutely, King. Yes. So what he's talking about is the clip was saying this. When us as older men might see a younger man and we can see that dude as how we used to be. And if you are any type of good man, usually you'll smile about it. And if you really have the opportunity, you will take the moment to give that young man some knowledge. It's almost like you're talking to your younger self. And like my uncle would always say, right? My uncle's about 15 years older than me. He's 15 years older than me. And he says, each one, teach one. And I get it every day that I'm just a little bit older, a little bit wiser, right? Even on this channel, each one, teach one. And that's why we talk about these things on this channel, because obviously I want to help the gents out. And I also want to help you ladies out. But we can't help you if you have this type of mindset where you feel that being with someone is slavery. That is like a crazy statement. You all don't even know what slavery really is. Hell, I don't know. But I can tell you that I have an inkling of it, right? I was stationed on submarines. Imagine you are underwater for 3 months straight and you can't go and do the things you want to do. You're just out down there working, right? You're just preparing for the next thing. It is enough to mentally drive you insane. And it's not for the weak, it's for the strong. And the same thing applies to marriage and long-term committed relationships. It's not for the weak. But the reason why you persevere is because you know that the person that you're with and the person that is in your life makes you better, and you make them better. And at the end of the day, because of your love and commitment to each other, there is nothing that can stop you. What happened to that mindset? I don't hear women talk like that at all. Let me know in the comments. Do y'all hear women talk like that? No. All you hear is this partner crap, right? That's all you hear. That's all you hear. Let's get to the next video. Y'all know I'm building on this. Y'all know I'm building this story right now, right? Now, last week, in last week's live stream, I talked about how one of the problems that we are having in dating and relationship today is the lack of communication. And it's always made to seem like it is men who aren't communicating, which I showed last week that women are terrible communicators. You think you're a good communicator, but if you expect a man to read your mind when we are not mind readers, then that is not communication. That is you living your delusional fantasy that someone is supposed to be magically puppeteered by you to do whatever you want at your whim based on your thoughts. Like, I mean, really make that make sense. Y'all out here thinking y'all Professor Xavier out here where you can telepathically get another human being to do what you want to do. Make that make sense to people, okay? Because it don't. This next clip is going to talk more about the communication gap between men and women.
There's a lot of men who are terrible at communication, but there are some men who are great at it and still run into brick walls when it comes time to express themselves to their woman, right? So we got to accept the fact that some women just don't take information well when they are the cause of the issue that the man is bringing to them, right? Like, they want communication about how hard my job is, I'm tired, my best friend snaked me, man, my mama tripping, my family want this from me, all that. And all that, they open ears, they sitting down with their therapist legs crossed with the notepad and everything, open ears to listen to you, right? But when it comes time for me to sit down and tell you about what you're doing wrong, it's not as open. It's not as much of a, okay, I'm going to sit here and let him get at least a complete thought out before I jump in and I interrupt him before he gets across what he's trying to express. So again, if you want your man to be more communicative, ladies, let me give you a tip.
Shut up.
Stop interrupting him when he's coming to you and he's trying to express himself. Acknowledge the fact that it took him a lot to sit down and talk to you in the first place. So when I sit down and I try and you interrupt me every 4 words, and then you question, damn, why don't my man talk to me? He talked to his friends, he talked to everybody, but he don't talk to me. It's because you can't shut up and accept what it is that man that loves you more than anything in this world is trying to get across. So again, if we want more communication, let's open the door for it.
I have said this many times, ladies, and I want you to hear me and hear me clearly. You all want men to have this imaginary emotional IQ, as y'all like to put it, because if the man isn't opening up when you want him to, the way you want him to, how you want him to, then he's a low emotionally IQ driven man in your eyes. All right. But on the flip side, if a man tells you something that you don't want to hear, how do you respond? Most of you women, even some of you good women, how do you respond? You come from a place of your emotions. And so you can't even hear what the man is trying to tell you before you opened your mouth and interrupted him. You can't even hear what the man is trying to tell you before you then snapped on him and used sign language. As the late, great Kevin Samuels would say, shame, insult, guilt, and the need to be right. You get in your emotions and you think that man telling you something is a personal attack on you. And here is the reality. And if you don't understand this, you are doomed to be alone. When a man is telling you something to try to correct or tell you what he's thinking about something and how he feels about it, that is him being emotionally intelligent. And if he loves you, I mean, honestly, truly, from balls to bones, loves you, that is his way of showing love. See, a lot of you women haven't grew up with a dad or any male figure in your life. And because you haven't grown up with a male figure in your life, you don't see a man telling you or correcting you as love. Because all men are your enemy and we don't need men, it's always going to come off as an attack. And as long as you have that mindset and you can't let go of that mindset, that a man that loves you, who's giving you sound advice, isn't attacking you but loves you, you are always going to be destined to be alone. And this is the reason we're going to end up with almost half of you women single and childless in the next 6 years. Less than 6 years, half of you all are going to be single and childless. Let that sink in. Get out of your emotions and let that shit sink in. Now, one of the other issues that happens is something we just talked about in the previous clip, right? Where women are terrible communicators, but on the flip side, a lot of women also, when they get in these scenarios of talking and discussing things with their men, their walls go up. And again, I told you that women feel that they are being personally attacked. In this next clip, we're going to have another gentleman explain this phenomena that we see happen.
In with walls up, and they're waiting for the man to prove that he's worth it for her to move forward. And in that process, you aren't reciprocating his effort. You aren't showing up.
You know, if Trip standing up clapping.
You're not showing up the way that he needs to. You know what I'm saying? And the reality is that you're hiding behind your fears because you feel like, well, the last time I opened up, the dude played me or it didn't work out in my favor. Yeah. But it wasn't you opening up. It was you dealing with the wrong man. Ooh. And you got to be able to recognize, if anything, being more vulnerable and open will expose him faster. You don't drive out darkness with more darkness. You need light for that. You see what I'm saying? So you better cook. Okay. So cook it. So you got to make sure, if you want, dating intentional means being truly ready for love and something serious. So I think everyone needs to make sure they're healed first so that they can truly open up and show up the way that they need to, because no one should be chasing after anyone. It should be two people making a mutual effort to build an amazing relationship.
Ooh, man. Y'all think I'm dropping bars. I don't know if y'all realize how deep that was. I'm going to tell y'all a quick story real quick. Before I got back with my current girlfriend, right? I had some walls up, right? I had some walls up from something that had happened in my past. Now, even though I've gone to therapy, there was this one thing, this one wall that I put up. And because I threw that wall up, we couldn't move forward, or at least we couldn't move forward in any meaningful way. Now, one of our mutual friends, she kept telling me, hey, you need to either make a move and you know, let her know that you want her again and you're going to be with her again, or you need to let her go. You need to just get her off the hook. And the truth is, that wasn't wrong. That wasn't wrong advice, because she was on the hook. Her emotions were on the hook, and it wasn't fair. But what they both didn't know, my girl and our mutual friend, was that the time that I took in between having that conversation, I was working on dropping that wall, wondering if I can drop that wall. And once I was able to drop that wall, gents, I'm going to tell you, we already had a good thing. We were already, even when we were just friends, we were already still completing each other's sentences. We already could just look at each other and know what we were thinking. We have that type of bond. We had the type of bond that a complete stranger to us didn't even know, right, about if we were together or not. We were just kind of getting to know this person at this little get together, and they said, "Hey, are you two together?" And we looked at each other like, "Well, it's complicated, right?" And it was like, "Wow, I could have swore you guys were together." That's the type of bond that we had, and that was with my wall up. Since I've dropped that wall, since I've opened myself up, the relationship it's easy. Like, I can't explain to y'all how easy it is with the woman that I'm currently with. It's that easy, and it should be that easy. Why is it that relationships are so difficult? It's because everybody is saying, what can you do for me? What are you going to do for me? People aren't saying, hey, how is me as a man going to make her life better? And I'm not talking just financially. I am talking, she got her own money. I told you, I only date professional women now, right? The broke bitch train is gone. Okay, that is done. Them days are done. Okay, if you don't have something to lose to, we ain't got nothing to talk about. I got too much to lose. I need somebody with something to lose to, so that I know that no matter what, you know what I mean, we both gonna be cautious about losing what we've worked hard for. All right, but back to my point. Point being is, it should be easy. If you are making the effort towards someone and you were going all out for them, they should be going all out for you. As my woman told me, that started me to actually break down my wall. She said, I want to be the type of woman that pours into your cup and not take away from it. If you can't find a woman who thinks like that, who can be unselfish and giving of herself and trusting of you, that you are not going to break her heart, and that you're going to be a leader and a man for her, let her go. That woman ain't ready yet. That fish, just let it go. It's not at maturity. It's not ready. All right? I hope that helps somebody out there tonight. And I think it did, right? I think God wanted me to channel that one for somebody out there, okay? Now, the moment you all have been waiting for, okay? Where are we at in this? All right, we're at the 1 hour mark. We're at the 1 hour mark, gents. This is the moment. Everything that I have talked about prior to the video I'm about to play for you was to show you this inner dynamic that we are having, particularly, not exclusively, but particularly in the Black community between Black men and Black women. I just showed you all the scabs and all the scars and some of the ugliness. I didn't show you all the ugliness, but I showed you a level of it that is holding a lot of Black men and Black women from being together. Hell, modern women and men in general, right? This video from this wonderful content creator, Soraya Brooks, and I know, look, she puts out really good stuff, and her channel is growing, but she went internet viral for making this statement. And you guys may have seen it, but this is going to set the tone for the rest of the things that we're going to talk about tonight, okay? So without further ado, here we go.
I already knew I had him because there was simply no competition out there for me. But let's just look at it objectively. You had this average Black American guy who now was able to choose between what he was dealing with before and somebody completely new. And let me tell you, the moment I stepped into that man's life, He really didn't know how to deal with my femininity because I was not loud. I was not screaming. I was not trying to, be louder than him. I didn't interrupt him because that's not something that I learned from home. If somebody would speak, and especially a man, you would let that man speak and then you would listen and then say whatever you have to say, right? So I was clean. I cooked. He didn't know what it was when a woman is actually in the room asking him, like, do you want something to drink? Before I got myself something to drink. Do you want something to eat? Before I started to eat my food, I would ask him, do you want to have a bite? I would come out of nowhere and just have a fruit bowl and just offer him some fruit. He didn't know none of this. So my husband, back then boyfriend, really thought this was a dream come true. He didn't know how to deal with none of this because all this me coming through, just being nurturing by nature, his peoples and his family didn't even do that for him, Like the family, there is no family unit. The average family, especially Black American family, has barely a family unit. There is no breakfast, lunch, and dinner at set times. And these are things that I introduced my husband to with my family. Can you imagine that impact that I had on him back then? So gentlemen, do not be afraid of traveling. There are so many more women out there who are willing to take care of you. It doesn't matter if they're young. It doesn't matter if they're older. They are willing to take care of you, willing to work with you, willing to be a part of your life. You don't have to deal with whatever you are dealing with back in your hometown because unfortunately, a lot of American women are lost in the delusional world that they are living in, and they don't even understand that they are going to be lonely for a long time, if not for the rest of their life. They say by choice, but I don't believe them.
PBB Army, let's talk about what you just said. I'm gonna leave this half screen for a second. PBB Army says, yeah, she honestly is low-key insulting us as a race. See, that's what you heard, right? That's what you heard. But I'm gonna go with what Pelican Guy says. That German speaking facts though. Why do you think I played every clip I did before this? She literally said in her video all the stuff that I just showed you all about instead of just reacting, letting her husband say what he needed to say before she spoke, right? Not feeling like she is a slave because she got up and get him something to eat, get that man something to drink before she get her own drink. Where's the lies? Where's the lies? You guys will listen to people lie to you in your face and be like, yeah, that's good. That boy good. That boy good and terrible, right? That's the thing. Y'all will sit there and take lies. This woman is speaking the truth. Now, whether you want to hear it or you don't like the package it came in, is it not the truth? Oh, I see that we live in a time now where the truth stands for nothing. People don't want their feelings hurt. Is she lying? How tight is our family unit now? My family used to be tight, man. When my great grandmother she would cook big dinners, and my great aunts would come through, and then all of their kids would come through, and me as the great grandchild would be there, and the grandchildren, and we would all be a family. And then something happened. Great grandmother died. Actually, she moved away, and then when she came back to Louisiana, she had like dementia, mild dementia, and all it did was get worse. And she had a stroke, and she broke her hip. All these things happened. And so when the matriarch of our family, who was keeping that shit together, started to go through her roughest time in her life, the family unit broke apart. Yeah, I'm not saying you all may not have some people you cool with, or you might not have a cookout. And this isn't exclusive just to Black families. We're talking about American families in general aren't as tight as they used to be. There's something wrong with that. See, we're not ready to hear the truth when it hits us because we don't like the package it comes in. Or we like the package it comes in, but we'd rather listen to the lie. You guys got to be discerning, man. You can't be going with people telling you on face value. if you're not looking it up or researching it or figuring out, is there some truth to it? The Bible says, let every man be true and God a liar. I mean, sorry, let God be true and every man a liar. Sorry, Lord, right? Let God be true and every man a liar. You guys are so quick to believe everybody. Test and try what they're saying and see if it's not the truth. Everything this woman said, I played in clips prior to this. I showed you comments prior to this to prove a point. Now, could she have been more cautious with her words? She never said, she just talked about having an average black man. She didn't just go on and bash black women. She said, these are the behaviors of American women. This is what they're seeing. And just like the woman said earlier about, well, we want to expand our options. You know, there's a variety out there, and we would like to try out variety. This is what a woman wrote that I showed in the beginning. But here's the thing. Them other dudes ain't checking for women, American women. I ain't talking about just black women. They ain't checking for American women like that. They're not coming from their countries to marry American women. And the ones that do, green card. Okay? Y'all want to talk about how women are using passport bros for green cards? Guess what? The men are doing it to women too. If you think this is exclusive to just passport bros, you're wrong. They're not doing it for love. They're not doing it because they think American women are the best. They want that opportunity. Come on, man. Again, you're entitled to your opinion. All I did was just show you all some evidence. But as I stated, this was the video that went viral, that had a lot of black women in their feelings. And so had a lot of black women angry. So check it out. The next two clips I'm about to play are going to show the responses of black women. Black women were not happy. They were upset at what that German woman said. And I want you guys to hear it for yourself. I want you to see what this woman is going to say. And you judge for yourself what you think. And I say German, her name is Soraya. Soraya.
So I'm watching that video with that German girl talking and comparing herself and talking about competition when it comes to black women and black men. And I just want to know what was the reason, sis? Like, what the fuck was the reason? Who are you in competition with? Because I don't see any videos made by any black woman thinking about you. We fucking mind our business, literally. We are over here minding our business and worrying about what we need to do either for ourselves or for our motherfucking community. And y'all are always attacking black women. Our names stay in your mouth. Where the fuck was your black husband at to stop you from pressing that motherfucking record button? He's speaking on situations and family dynamics that you know nothing about. There was this video on this here app, and the young lady was saying how being a black woman is very traumatizing. It's a very traumatic experience, even though, you know, we love being black women. And I agree, because unprovoked and without harassment, we get attacked for no fucking reason. Certain black men and the retarded bitches that love them keep our names in their fucking mouths. And she's sitting there talking about competition where there is none. And that's something that we both can agree on. Nobody give a fuck about you or that black man that took his ass to motherfucking Germany to find your retarded ass.
Let me say something, man. I know that I get a little passionate. I know a couple curse words fly here or there. I try to keep it in check, obviously, because I have to worry about the YouTube algorithm. Hell, this video right here may have just demonetized this video, but that's not the point. The point being is this. Why would anybody want to deal with somebody whose mouth is like that? Why? Oh, she's keeping it real? Look, she expressed her feelings, but obviously it triggered her. But see, just like you said that y'all minding your own business, you just recorded a video, man, responding to it. How is that minding your business? If you had a man or a good man, why would this offend you? This would have nothing, this would not even offend you. When people say things about men, whatever, I bring it up to you guys so that you all know what's being said out there. But let's be completely transparent about Sean's life. That stuff don't affect me. I never leave a negative comment on a video, even if I disagree with it. The only type of comments I leave is a little context or clarity or something positive. Those are the ones I respond to. I never respond to negative videos. I don't. I respond to them on this channel, but I never leave a comment because it don't bother me. It don't bother me that you calling black men broke and dusty and nobody wants y'all and y'all the least desired and y'all the most and the this, the that. It don't bother me. It don't bother me because that ain't my life. I'm not pookieing it up out here and ski creating a bunch of kids. I've had my kids. And in less than 4 years, or 4 years from now, less than 4, my last kid will be grown. I'm already working on the next part of my plan, right? Be working on my next 5-year plan. None of this stuff bothers me, but you all, I'm minding my business. What was, let me find that comment. I saw a comment. Night Train said, I've never seen a black woman minding their business, their own business. We mind our own business. When does that happen? Right. Like, listen to that. We agree as men. We have not seen y'all mind your own business. I'll give y'all the perfect example. I'm sure somebody said it in the comments. Okay? When Passport Brothers were putting out videos showing men that they had more options, just like Soraya Brooks said, right? The German woman. Just like when Soraya said, hey, there are more options out there. You don't have to deal with a woman who isn't going to respect you. Now, I would like to speak for Soraya to say this. If you a Pookie, a Ray Ray, a Chad, a Tyrone, a Glocktavius, a Felantonio, or a Pookie-licious, Chaticus, and you out here skeeting around Pookie juice, okay? So y'all all right. So y'all was going to recall that and use that again. If you one of them dudes, then either let these videos change your behavior so you don't put yourself in a bad situation, put yourself in a situation where you got to deal with a single mom or create a single mom, and you want to change your life for the better, you want to find a woman who's going to be down for you, then the message is for you. But if you one of the dudes I just said, you're not going to hear it anyway. You're going to go out there and you're going to keep pookieing it up like you're doing, and this maybe ain't the channel for you. Because on here, we real men. Okay? We talking about some real issues. And if that's too much for you, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. Okay? Because it does not affect me. My life is good, baby. Okay? I'm in great shape. My money right. You know what I mean? I'm already planning for my retirement here soon. You know what I mean? I'm going to be still a young man. I'm already technically retired. I'm planning for the big retirement. The one where I never have to lift a finger again. All right? So, I'm sorry about that, Max. He said, please 1.5 her BS. I'm so sorry, man. No, it's traumatic for both men and women. Yeah. She talking about look, the trauma is real. We know it. We know it. We know that we've all been through that trauma, especially as black men and black women. You mad when somebody bring it up? Why don't you change it? Why don't you stop being a problem? Why don't you stop being loud? Why don't you stop being obnoxious? Why don't you get out your damn feelings? Why don't you actually mind your business? Again, Passport Brothers was actually out there trying to tell men that there are other options out there if it's not working out for them. The same men that you said are broke, dusty, don't want to deal with, ain't got no money. The brothers got enough money to go travel, don't they? Right? Travel and have, potentially find a woman that might be good in their life. Maybe even have some fun in the process. Maybe even learn about a different culture that's different from your own and grow as a human being. Can't make this up, man. You really can't make this up. Shout out to Kyle Goodman. He said, you mad or not? She big mad. Yeah. Kyle, and for the rest of you guys that actually bought a subscription to the channel, I want to thank you. I will be putting out some videos here soon for the members of the channel, the gents of the channel, right? And soon. And I found a video clip that I want to talk about. And I was in the gym the other day, and it just made me think about the video that's been going out. So expect to see that here maybe this weekend, right? Y'all know I work hard. So for the channel members, I'm going to try to start getting at least one video out on the weekends. So it's as low as $4.99 a month, okay? And I'm going to start putting out videos. We're going to actually have a deeper discussions and expand on some of these topics. And it's going to be an opportunity for me to talk about topics that I'm not going to necessarily put on as a regular video. So thank you for becoming a channel member, for becoming a gent. Thank you for that, okay? Let's get to the next video. Because if y'all thought that was it, if y'all thought that I was only going to put one clip of a woman talking about how Soraya, the German woman, angered her, okay? You were wrong. You were wrong. You would have lost your money, okay? Here we go.
So there's this German woman on TikTok, and she is grandstanding on the fact that she has done all of these things for her black man because, well, a black woman could never. See, I like people to like me because they like me, not because they hate somebody else. But that's just me. Either way, good for you, sis. I bet you can't love him quietly. It amazes me how the world revolves around the black woman, the disdain for black women, the bare tolerance of a black woman. Yet they want the ass like a black woman, the braids like a black woman, the attitude of a black woman, the essence of a black woman. I love how y'all think that dating a black man is taken away from us. We do not care. Honestly, look, we're focused on which black hair we're wearing to the club, okay? And last time I checked, we're made for billionaires. So may the odds be ever in your favor. Go off. We love that for you.
I want to write some of this stuff down because I don't want to forget my thoughts. Let's address it. Again, you have another woman right here. What did she say again? We don't care. We're concerned about what kind of heels we're wearing to the club. Really put that in context. That's what you're concerned about? You're concerned about what heels you're going to wear to the club? Like that's the deepest thought you have in your brain? Right? Think about what the other woman said. You all are on some superficial crap. And all she was doing was talking about how she got her man, how he traveled, met her, and that there are other women that are out there like her. That's who her audience is. Her audience is men who are looking for other options. And you all didn't mind your business. No, you got offended. You got in your feelings. You didn't just leave a comment. No, you didn't leave just a comment. What did you do? You made a whole video about it. I showed you all last week that women, this woman talking about how her young ninja was wearing her back out while her jail dude didn't know about it, why she didn't make time for her jail dude. And what did the dude show us in that video from last week, the last live stream I did? All of you women were co-signing on the fact about having some young dude wear and blow your back out while you are sitting there with a felontonio. And you all celebrated it. But when this woman speaks some truth about how to treat a man, you're offended? She also said, I bet you can't love him quietly. Ma'am, you can't answer quietly. You didn't have to answer this woman. You didn't have to respond to this if you thought it was negative. Why'd you do it? Because you thought it was going to get you some views. That's one. We know that. And that's fine. But then you said, you also did it because you were triggered by it. You were triggered. And you didn't say anything of substance or anything of value. How you were going to add value to a black man? No, you pretty much said that you don't give a crap about a black man. That's what you said. We worried about us. This is why everybody's talking about you. This is why everybody got your name in your mouth. This is not all of you women. And I feel bad for women in general. I'm not talking about these modern women. I'm talking about good women who have to have women like this get on and be the spokesperson of all women. And the problem is, for my good women that are listening, right? If you stand too close to them, you stand too close to these snakes, you're going to look like a snake. And none of us as men are going to be worried or try to discern whether or not you're poisonous or not. We're just going to avoid you. We're just going to go somewhere else. And you're just going to be an afterthought. You're just going to be part of the statistic of the in 2030 of the 50% of y'all that's going to be single, childless, and alone. All right? And then, hold on, one last thing she said. We were made for billionaires. This ought to tell you there was this video clip that went viral of this woman saying this billionaire said that black women were made for billionaires. And that was debunked. That dude even came out and said, I wasn't trying to say that. And you still got women running with this narrative that they were made for billionaires. No, y'all were made to get them cheeks clapped. The ones of y'all that think like this. You're something exotic. You're just as arm candy because they're not really checking for you like that. If you're not a woman of substance or value. Hell, you had black women congratulating the one young lady who met her dude on some damn reality TV show, and now he's divorcing her ass, right? And he one of our lighter complexion men there, maybe even white. I think he's white dude, right? And guess what? Now he wants spousal support. This dude wants like 40 grand a month or something crazy. 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month. And this is the dude y'all celebrated because he wasn't this. He wasn't this skin complexion. Y'all celebrated his ass. And now he's trying to take that black woman to the cleaners. And now it's like, oh my God. Oh my goodness. Stop it. Stop the cap. Just stop it. It's pitiful at this point. All right? Made for billionaires. Jesus Christ. You were made for the men the men that you allow to clap your cheeks. And that's Chad, Tyrone, Pookie, Ray, Pookie-licious, Chaticus, Felontonio, Glocktavius. You were made to get them cheeks clapped. And guess what they're doing? Ladies, y'all getting pregnant by them. They creating 80% of the kids. Y'all are sleeping with the same dudes. Y'all were made for them. If you are not a deliberate woman who is deliberately and intentionally dating for marriage and having your own man and making that work with that man, you were made for the streets. Okay? Sorry to tell you, but that's what's happening. Now, I love this sister. You guys have seen. Hold on, before I get there. The Bachelorette dude was awarded damn near $14,000 per month in alimony. Boom. Right there. What about the Big Show looking dude with that sister? Oh, yeah. Look, that passed on my timeline. I just kind of waved it off. I'm not talking. This was on YouTube Shorts, man, with a big a big show looking dude lifted up this little tiny black woman and she's showing off. Y'all don't have nothing to say about that, right? Y'all ain't got nothing to say about that, right? Y'all celebrate that. You talk about how, notice in these conversations, they only bring up how everyone is trying to bring them down. But everything is being given to you all. Every opportunity is being given to you all. And what are you doing? You're spending it on weave. You're spending it on nails. You're spending it on getting flued out. Your mindset is trash. And you're worried about what a person can do for you financially instead of worrying about what a man can do with you, how he can build with you. That's not important though. And then you get on here and bash men because you can't find a good one, because you don't have the mindset for it. You ain't ready for that, man. Just saying, man. Rose Miller, is that her name? All right, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah. They like little boys. It makes them feel a sense of power. Yeah. Anyway, why aren't you married to one? Yeah, right? All right, this next woman has put out a lot of TikToks. She's what I would call a black man advocate, but she's more trying to actually do something that gets her filleted, gets her slayed by the sisterhood. And that's because she tries to enlighten them about their behaviors and attitudes. And they don't want to hear it. I'm sure, man, these comments be lit up. They light up beautiful, strong black women who are trying to tell them right, who are trying to be a big sister to them, who are trying to be auntie to them, TT to them, right? Trying to be the mother that trying to be a better version of their mother that they didn't have. And they don't want to hear the truth. They see women like the one I'm about to show you, and what do? They bash her for telling the truth. Let's see what she had to think about Soraya, the German woman, and what she had to say.
Why would that German woman eat us up like that? And when I say us, I mean us as black women. If you haven't seen the video, the woman came out, German women, talking about how black American women are no competition, like none at all. And she stood 10 toes on it, confidently said it. And honestly, y'all, there's no lies. Unfortunately, she felt comfortable saying that because it's true. We are not feminine women. We are not raised to respect, to be kind, to be nurturing, to be caring of our black men. And unfortunately, what they're doing, they're coming in and swooping them right on up because we are leaving the door right on open. They know how to talk to men. They know how to treat black men. They know how to love them properly, how to support them properly. And they have no problem doing it. And my issue is, right, us as black women, we want to sit back and talk about, well, why we can't do it and why we can do that. We don't do it because we don't want to. And we're not taught to want to do it. We're not taught to respect men. And we know this is the thing, right? We know that there's men out here who black men who would prefer a woman of a different race. Got it. You know, it might be her hair, whatever. You know, the exoticness. I got it. But we also want to face the fact that black men are choosing women of other race because of our attitude. They don't want to deal with our attitudes. They don't want to deal with a masculine woman. So instead of us trying to deflect and say, oh, it's about her hair, it's about her eyes, it ain't about that. It's about her attitude. The way that she loves him, the way that she treats him, the way that she talks to him. That's what a man wants. Any man wants that. I don't want the woman who's going to be aggressive. It ain't about her being a white woman with long hair. No, it's about her being a kind woman who supports me, who respects my opinion. But we get so caught up in, I ain't listen to no man. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. I have to be masculine. This is my situation. Nothing I can do about it. And it is. Since you can change if you want to. You have to want to change. You have to want to change the situation. So until then, we're going to have more of that happening. We're going to have more of these women able to come out confidently, stand on what they mean, and be able to take our men. Because we let them. Because we don't care about them. So they said, well, we'll take them off your hand. Come over here, y'all. We'll love y'all over here properly. If that wasn't a wake-up call, y'all, black women, I don't know what it's going to take. Because it surely made me be like, wow.
Listen, I respect that sister to the highest too, because you know how, listen, courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is doing something in spite of your fear. That's courage. It's not courageous to do something that you aren't afraid of. It isn't courageous to do something that you have no fear in. All right? So why do I tell you that? This woman right here and women like her who are trying to wake up the sisterhood because we are being systematically broken up. We've been systematically broken up for a long time. And we're going to talk about that later too. Okay? Even from somebody that I hate to have to use their clips, or a clip of them, but it's the truth. And we need to address it. We need to pull that Band-Aid off tonight. All right. So she spoke facts, man. She did. You know what? Look at that. Night Train said that's a good looking sister. Absolutely, man. Let me bring her back. That is a beautiful sister right there, man. And you may not agree, but that is a beautiful sister. Her mind is in the right place. Little makeup on. This is wifey right here. This should be the new wifey right here. Okay? The woman that you can have an intellectual conversation with and you guys can work together, because you know that a woman like this is going to be thinking. And when you and her talk, you know she's going to listen to you. You know that this woman right here is going to be receptive, and at least she understands the faults, which will allow her to be able to listen, because she understands that this is a problem that needs correcting in our community, right? And in America in general, all right? Chosen, shout out to my brother Chosen 1619 for the $10 super chat. He is tonight's first sponsor. Let me just say this. Chosen has been a part of this channel for a long time. I know he out there traveling and doing his thing. Shout out to you, bro. Much respect to you. Always taking care and look out for this channel. Listen, there's times where I say things on this channel that get this channel, get the monetization pulled on this channel. And it is literally you guys that float these type of things. But the other reason I do these Wednesday live streams is so that we can have a real-time discussion and chat. You guys can talk amongst each other, and we can fellowship here, okay? A lot of these live streams, I don't make the fresh and fit money, okay? I don't get the accolades and the views like some other content creators. But what I will say is I appreciate each and every gent and my ladies of this channel. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, because we need to have these hard discussions. You can hate the messenger, but I'm speaking the truth and you know it. And if you hate the truth, then maybe I'm not the channel for you. But I appreciate my brothers like Chosen, my gents like Chosen, and the rest of you all that decided to spend your evening with me. And I'm very grateful, and I thank God for you every day, okay? And I pray that your life goes in the direction that God would have it, and that you want for yourself. As I say on this channel all the time, live your best life. Sorry for that intermission, but I just wanted to tell you how grateful I am for each and every one of you guys for being here this evening, okay? Thank you. I'm going to catch a couple of these. Lion of Judah, baby. Darnell Haley, thank you for being here. It goes back to the days of slavery. Absolutely. It really does. Donald Wesley, don't kill the messenger. Don't shield the truth. Yeah, don't tell the truth, right? Pelican guy, absolutely. Pelican guy. Yeah, she a real one, bro. She a real one. Preston says, oh, no, shite, lady. Sherlock, baby. We want the entire package of worthless headaches and bad migraine mistakes. Okay, I missed you on that one, Preston. And let me go back. PPP Army, I didn't, I'll pass on Becky and Keisha. No thanks. on the both of them. And I'm sorry if we missed. It wasn't a misunderstanding. I'm also trying to get a message out, a wider message. So I'll respond to things, but they don't necessarily have to do with you. They have to deal with what needs to be said. Shout out to Black by Design. The Big Show and that black chick is having problems now. Huh, interesting. Let me I'm gonna look it up. Big Show, black woman having problems. I'm gonna see if I see anything on that Black by Design. If it comes across my timeline, I might address it later. But thank you for that. And let me catch one more right here. Nitran says, BBD, she was paying all the bills. Oh, yeah. She was paying. Now ain't that something? Yeah. Actually, you're talking about for the Big Show dude. Yeah. Facts on that. All right. Anthony Walker says, I don't think we can say black women. Honestly, it's not my duty. See, you're right. It absolutely ain't your duty. It really ain't, man. Right? They gotta wanna change. See, listen. You all sit here and say, well, men need to change, but men aren't the cause of this. We talked about this in last week's live stream. Men go to the club or the bar or whatever. They go out. Most of the time, they want to go and see women. Okay? And so what do? They cater these places to women to attract men. Because y'all women ain't spending the money. I've already showed y'all that in a previous video. I've already showed you that when they tried to do an all-women bar, all the women just sat against the wall, right? Even that video, that clip that I showed got taken down off of TikTok because it violated some term of service, okay? All because I showed it and I just brought it up. I bet it was some hating-ass woman that got mad that I showed that and I talked about it. And then they said something about the video. Okay? Why are you mad at what's the truth? Women come to the club and the bars, y'all stay to socialize, but in the process, you hope to get some sucker, some dude, some simp dude to buy you a drink. And I'm not going to say it's a simp thing to buy a woman a drink. If she's willing to give you some of her time, and you think it's worth it, then do what you feel. But if you buy women drinks all the time and they just walk off, simp behavior. Okay? They need to save themselves. Yeah. Joseph says, no doubt, Tish. You sorry for being absent, been traveling, got to Brazil coming up in 1.5 months. Oh my God. That's crazy, man. Hey, be safe out there. Shout out to you, man. Please always come back through the channel and tell us about your travels, brother. Shout out to my friend Kiva, man. Me and Kiva I've been knowing Kiva since I was like 10 years old, 11 years old. We grew up together. And my beautiful sister right here has retired from the military, right? And she's doing great things. Man, Kiva, so great to see you. You know what I mean? Great to see you. Donald West said, when you cannot tell them anything, you have no choice, really. Yeah. PPV Armor said, it's all love, brother. I believe we are looking for the same end goal. We are absolutely looking for the same end goal. We are. Our community is right where the supremacists want us to be broken. All right. I'm going to catch a couple more comments because you all, Darnell, man, thank you for being here. You set it up. Our community is right where the supremacists want us to be broken. We are coming to that point of the video soon. Chosen and Kiva, salute. Yup. Adam, thank you for being here. Sorry I missed your comment earlier. He said, I feel many people look for validation instead of seeking solutions to their problems. Facts. Adam, you always come here with the facts, brother. And shout out to King. He said, women want an incentive to act right, but there's no huge difference between acting right and doing right. Oh. Bars. No man is looking to be in a relationship with an actress. Oh, my God. I'm going to leave it right there. Now we're going to have a brother actually talk about it. We had the, I don't know why my computer been slow. It might be time to upgrade that computer there, gents. It's been a while. The only thing is I'm gonna have to buy another graphics card. Actually, no, I can use the graphics card from this computer, put in a new one. Anyway, I'll figure it out, okay? But point being is we saw how one sister who went against the sisterhood to try to tell us how there's some truth in what the German woman Soraya Brooks said, right? Now we're going to hear a brother talk about it, right? Ladies, get out of your feelings for a second. I just want you to hear what this brother got to say, how he's thinking about it. I let y'all see how a black woman feels about it. I want you to see how a brother feels about it, right?
A lot of our women get joy out of anger, out of sadness and hatred, joy out of being miserable. This is not something I'm making up. The only one that don't know this are the ones that are actually miserable. These women act like they've been to hardcore prison for 25 plus. They run their mouth like they can take on 10 people at a time. They run their mouth even though it can mean the end of their life. You see how strong of arrogance that is? Y'all contradict yourself when y'all get on these social media apps trying to put down people for doing something that y'all are doing. Why y'all do not like accepting being told where y'all wrong at? Everybody, everything gets told where they're wrong in some form, whether it's verbally, whether it's spiritually, whether it's physically, we all get told. And guess what? We got to learn from it. Because if you don't, something is going to happen. It might not be physically, it might be spiritually. It might not be spiritually, it might be mentally. It might be financially. It might be all of those ways. When God tells us something, when he allows us to the truth in whatever form that it is delivered to you, we're supposed to take heed. Just because somebody's skin is white doesn't mean they're not capable of telling the truth. I'm not taking up for nobody. I'm taking up for the damn truth. Stop blaming people because you fear the truth. So you already set your mind to do battle against truth, righteousness, non-wicked behavior, non-wicked people you already set to do battle with because you still live in the life of demon time. You choose to do battle with God by choosing to do battle with God's people that are speaking his oracle. Wake the fuck up. Take accountability and look at your own self in the mirror. Take off that mask that you love so much all in the mirror. Putting on 3 different, 4, 5 different colors on your face to transform into being somebody you're not. Wipe that shit off your face and love who God created you to be. Accentuate yourself modestly and stop doing things to make yourself believe that you are somebody you're not, because you are not that makeup. You are not that hair. You are not them fingernails that you got on. Grow your own fingernails. Take care of your own real lashes.
All right, brother Cook in there, but we're going to get off of that one for a minute. I just want to get back to this. Listen, I just want to emphasize one thing that this brother said. Is something that I said earlier. Why aren't people lovers of the truth as they are the lie nowadays? Why do people find more comfort in liars than people who tell the truth? Really analyze that in your life. Who is in your life? Who is it that you're looking up to? Who is it that you're trying to follow? Are they lying to you? Are they trying to sell you something? What is their end game? I tell the people that's closest to me, the most important thing to ask and to understand sometimes is the why. We ask a whole bunch of other things, but the why is the power. And we don't want to ask the why. Why is this person doing this? Why is this person acting this way? Why does this person hating on me like this? We need to ask the why. The why may not solve the problem, but it will give us the mental power and fortitude to be able to understand what it is we're dealing with. And we are not dealing with flesh, right? We're dealing with spiritual wickedness in high places. We wrestle not with flesh and blood. Okay? So ask yourself the why. What is this person's motivation? That's why I always give y'all examples about what's going on with me, right? I try to tell y'all what's going on with me. And I give y'all examples of things that's happened or is going on in my life. And I do that for a reason. You guys can test or try me on that, but I'm telling you, I don't have no reason to lie to you, man. I'm chilling. I let y'all know what I've done, what my experience is. You can't follow everybody, man, because not everybody gonna tell you the truth. There is something about age and wisdom. And that's what I try to deliver to this space. And sometimes I got to bring it to you in an ugly package so that the truth can come through in it. And I hope you appreciate that. Shout out to Black by Design. I used to go to the bar almost every night. Now I go maybe once or twice a month to people watch. Oh my God. This sounds exactly like me. I had to turn down women all the time. My best bourbons and beers are at home. Yep. Listen, thank you for the $10 super chat and supporting the channel, brother. And you are one of tonight's sponsors. I have you down there in the tickler, right? He ain't lying, man. For my young cats out there, man, look, there is something exciting about going out, but I can promise you there is nothing exciting about going out like it used to be back in the day that maybe me, Black by Design, and a few other of us older brothers that are in this chat have experienced. Young brothers, y'all are getting the short end of the deal on this. Y'all don't even know what a real date is anymore because the women today don't know what really dating is. It's all about what you can do for them. It's about feeding them and their kids. This is about so much more things than just having fun. Man, I mean, I used to come home sweaty from dancing, bro. Sweaty. Man, talking about, man, we had a good time tonight. We met all these people. It was all cool. Man, there ain't no love in the club no more. Ain't no love in the club. And just like Black by Design said, man, I go out so that I can socialize a little bit, like just get out the house. But most of the time, I'm out. If I'm not at the little bar that I go to near my house or the bar I used to bartend at, I'm home, okay? Me and my lady go out to eat. We'll sit here and watch TV. We'll go do some stuff. Tomorrow is Thursday. Thursday night, I'm going to watch Deadpool and Wolverine with my woman. And we love it. We love watching Deadpool, man. We're about to go and have a ball watching this and laughing and all that stuff. I feel sorry for you young guys because you don't have it. It's not the same, man. It really isn't. I want that for you. You young ladies out there, I want that for you. You older ladies, I want that for you too. But as somebody said earlier, we can't will it for you, right? Change comes when you look in the mirror. And we're going to talk about change because I'm not going to just throw all this out. We're going to talk about real change. We have to talk about it. We have to talk about it for us men too. We got to talk about what real change looks like. Authentic change. Okay? Shout out to Los D. He said, what's good, family? Los, man, thank you for coming through, baby. Thank you for coming through. Los, drop a link to your channel down in the chat, man, so people can check you out. Man, listen, Los is married to his beautiful wife. He got his kids. He also doing crypto. If you want to learn about crypto and stuff like that and talk about crypto, get it from this brother right here, okay? Get it from this brother right here. You're gonna enjoy the conversations, and you're gonna be able to see different places that Los is at. Okay. Thank you for being here, man. All right. Adam says the rich and powerful make a profit off of people's misery. Boom. We're about to get to all of that. Don't go nowhere. We're about to get to all that. Boys grow up. There's no party or presidential dominant culture nominee to elect that has had Black descendant respect. None. Right. Now back to the girls that don't know how to be good women today for too many, much less ladies. All right. So we're going to get into, we heard the brother talk about it from his aspect about hearing the truth. I'm going to take this back just a little bit. You all have heard of this woman before. Sister Shahrazad Ali has been saying this for many years. I believe this clip was in the 90s. She was already preaching that we were going to be right where we're at back in the day. So I want you all to hear this. There you go. Go over to there. There you go. Thanks for dropping it, Los. Always drop your channel down there, bro. Always. Okay? Because right here, I support that brother doing great things on YouTube there. Okay? Let's check this clip out.
Black man in America is the only male on earth, including every continent, who is disrespected by the women in his nation.
That's true.
This situation does not exist anyplace else among the billions of people inhabiting our planet except here in America.
That's right.
The other black men, the yellow men, the red men, the brown men, and the white men are all honored and respected by their respective nations.
More other races of women carry the black man's seed. That's less baby mama drama for black women. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I won't be carrying a black man's seed.
Puerto Rican men or Dominican men?
I like black men.
And remember, the way that she was raised, she gonna cook, clean, do anything for that, and he broke. We ain't doing it.
If I were 22 today, I would not be dating black men at all.
Most black men are not financially stable enough to date. Most of them are broke.
Oh, that plane takeoff, baby. You gotta love that sound, man. I love that sound. I know it's like 70, 80 decibels, could be louder sometimes, but man, that sound means I am not here. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. All right. So had that going on. Now we're gonna keep this going. Now listen, I know some of us might have some thought about this next brother who coming up, but again, listen for the truth. Listen for the truth in it. You might have bias against him, and sometimes I do too, but I understand there's things he's saying that's some real stuff that we need to hear. So here we go.
They said, how did Dr. King manage to pull this off without us financing it? They said independent black businesses financed the civil rights movement. White man said, yeah. They said, yeah. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to go into the ghetto and we're going to crush the independent black businesses. How you going to do that? Two things. Number one, we're going to go into their high schools and take out all the building trades. We're going to make sure they cannot be taught how to use their hands to feed their family ever again. They took out auto shop. They took out the electric program. They took out plumbing. They took out welding. They took out HVAC. This is what they did. This is what they did. This is the beginning of the war between the black woman and the black man. They made the black man economically irrelevant to the black woman's life. They said, this is how we going to kill black power. We're going to set the family against each other. If we can set the black woman against the black man, he won't have time to fight us because he got to fight his own woman. Right. So they went into the high schools and took out all the building trades.
Listen, I wanted to put those two clips together because obviously you can see the narrative. You can see. You heard the negativity. You've been hearing negativity since the beginning of this live stream where I showed you the comments where the woman said, we don't need black men, basically, right? Where she said, what'd she say? What'd that woman say? Hold on, let me bring it up. I'm gonna bring it up on the screen for you guys that just came here. I read something at the beginning of this live stream. Make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't done it. That helps out me, helps out the algorithm. All right. Right here. I'm not going to go through and read all this, but this woman said, stop lying to these women. Stop portraying the perfect husband narrative. Aren't women portraying themselves, modern women today portraying themselves that they're more perfect and men are the one who are flawed? Never get married. You will become owned. This is the mindset. Black women are single by choice. Never get it twisted. I've not even watched this video. I saw the title. She hadn't even watched my video. She saw the title. Black women are single by choice. We are not outside talking about please marry me. This is what women are leaving in my comments. Look at the date, the timestamp on this. 19 hours ago. So when I finally pulled up my channel and looked at the comments, this is what was waiting on me. Just so y'all know, before the end of tonight's live stream, I have a few more comments that I want to pull up for you guys, right? As a part of this, just to show you more comments, okay? But this is it. And that's why I showed y'all this, right? I showed y'all this on purpose. I started off the live stream with this woman's comments. You mad at me for talking about these things, for showing you the truth and putting a mirror up to your behavior and your attitudes for some of you all. You've done nothing wrong. It's all us. But then you leave comments like that on this video. If you really are single by choice and you really are happy, then how is a happy person leaving negative ass comments on this channel that has nothing to do with you? The married women come on here. The women that got men come on here and they leave positive comments. They even talk about, hey, things were a little bit rocky and rough, but man, I am grateful for my man. And read every comment that I put under there. It's always positive because I always am going to support people who are married, even though I may not be for marriage in its current state. I'm not saying I'm not for people being together, long-term committed relationships. I'm 100% for it. And I want that for the community. And I want that for men in general. But it's the women who are some of the most nasty, mean, vitriol in their heart, hate in their heart, and come on this channel. Shout out again for Black by Design for another $10 super chat. He said, I'm a part of the 54% of black men who's single and childless. These hyenas are all getting knocked up and done wrong by the same 18% of black men. Hell, brother, I think it's 16%, believe it or not. Approximately 16%. But you close. You're damn close. It's less than 20% of the men creating all the children who are the Pookies and the Ray Rays and the Chads and the Tyrones and the Gloctaviuses and the Felantonios and the Pookie-licious and the Chaticus, all them dudes. All of them dudes. But if Max Soul Excellence, he said, but if a brother says something, oh no, right? King says, remember the summertime CETA programs that gave teens the on-job experience? Yeah, in New Orleans, we used to call it manpower. And manpower allowed you to go to work a year earlier. You could be 15. If you went through manpower, you could work a year earlier. And that helped a lot of people. I was wondering where all these people all these teenagers had this money and these jobs from. Man, people were getting on that manpower and they were working for the summer instead of being home, instead of doing nothing. Bruh. You know what I mean? They're gone, man. It's been taken. Black by Design says we had the same thing in Mississippi. Yeah, right. There was all these programs. Now listen, I had a brother come in here earlier and talk about voting for whatever, for a certain person. I'm not trying to knock your choice. I can almost understand, but I don't understand. Because that person didn't try to create programs that was going to help the black community. The person just freed a couple people that was about to go to jail for money. For money. Both sides are against us, man. All sides are against us. First of all, they're against men and families right now. And we know that to be true because it's going on in every part of the developed world. And we have these programs and institutions that still hold us back, no matter what side you go for. But you gotta be smart. You gotta be smart. You gotta look deeper than surface level. This is what my feelings say. You have to do the research. You have to do the research. If you're a man and you're not doing this research, shame on you. If you are a woman and you can't hear the truth, shame on you. Last comment. Not even close. And look at the board at the border that the person was in charge of. Man, look, bro, y'all don't even know. Now listen, I'm not gonna play this whole clip because it's 3 minutes long. I need to find. I'm gonna play it. So okay, this next clip I know is a little off topic, but I'm putting it in here for a reason. So we see that modern women today, and even the women in our community, the Black women in our community, seem to look at the material stuff now. This is a first world westernized culture problem. This isn't exclusive to Black men or white men. This is something that we are seeing. But this man happens to be a high value man, a millionaire, and he works in finance, trading, all that stuff, right? And it looks like down in New York. The reason why I'm using this clip is because this white guy doing an interview asked this man, he asked him about some life lessons. So I'm sorry, I'm trying to set it up so that I can show you about why it's important to be on your purpose and why it's important to make sure that you are scrutinizing anyone that's in your life, men, women, your family. Watch who's around you. I think this is a very important lesson. Gents, this is a very important lesson.
One lesson about money 99% of people don't know.
Money got to keep moving. In order for it to grow, in order for it to work for you, it has to keep moving. Yeah. Putting it in a bank under your mattress is never going to work. It's got to keep moving. Investments, yeah.
Can I get just 1 minute of your time real quick for some questions?
Yeah.
What was the worst financial decision that you made throughout your career?
Listen to this.
Man, getting married, man. Getting married, man. My divorce wiped me out. It was terrible. Marriage is a business, and I didn't look at it like that. You know, I was one of those sucker for love kind of guys. So I was, I'm in love, you know. It's a business. And if you don't look at it like that, that could be one of the worst financial mistakes you make. I'm being honest, being very blunt. Wiped me out, had to start over from scratch. But the beauty of it is once you have it in you internally to build, you have the dog in you, the fight in you, doesn't matter. You'll always rebuild. It's not about losing it. Anybody listen, it's not about losing it. Because you have the dog in you, you can fight and bring it back. What it's really about is this. It's about recovery time. See, if you lose it at 20, you're probably in your early 20s, mid-20s. It's okay. You have recovery time. You're young. I'm 45. I'll be 46 in 2 months. If you lose it in your 40s, your mid-30s, it's terrible because you don't have the same recovery rate as someone who's 20 or 19 or 25. So also they say you are the sum total of the 5 people you hang around with. So be careful of the people you have around you. Be very selective because you are the sum total of the people you hang around with. So those are some of the big mistakes we make. A lot of times people try to use socializing for networking. You're really not networking. You just want to be social. And just to be social is a waste of time. Anytime I look at it, like if you're interacting with someone, like I'm interacting with you, there must be a reason why we're interacting. There's a bartering, right? There's an exchange. What am I getting out of talking to you? Some exposure, maybe some likes, which I really don't care about, but that's the reality, right? What are you getting out of talking about it, right? Some information, right? So anytime you interact with someone, you must always ask yourself, what are we exchanging? Now, real quick before we go, last thing, the universe teaches us this. What do you do every day? We breathe, we inhale, and we exhale. You take in the oxygen and you give out the carbon dioxide, right? And the trees, your environment, takes in the dioxide and gives you back oxygen. So there's a bartering between you and the universe, the ecosystem. Inhale, exhale, contract, expand. So with everything in life, you got to apply that science to your life. Like, what is the exchange here? So the people you interact with, what are they? What's the bartering? What are they? Are they an asset? Is it a liability? What are we exchanging here? Those are the mistakes that you got to avoid.
What's the deepest life quote that you've ever heard?
Okay, right now. Don't go anywhere. I got it right here. This is how committed I am to this quote. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one by Albert Einstein. And I'm not, look, it's right here on my phone, it's my screensaver. I always use that to remind me that reality is an illusion, although and albeit a very persistent one. None of this, I could curse? All right, Paul, none of this shit is real. It's all an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. And that's what makes it a reality because it's so persistent. And that's Albert Einstein. That's not mine.
That's amazing. Thank you so much for your time.
All right. I wanted to drop that on y'all because I thought I wanted to interject something very positive in here. And this brother's speaking facts. This is a man who has had it, lost it, and is doing very well for himself. And one of the things that stands out to me that he said that I like is because I've told you guys on this channel that I've been married twice and I've been homeless 3 times in my life. When I was out of high school, it got rough for me about the end point, which made me join the military to try to like get back on track with my life. And then the other 2 times was after divorce, where I was sleeping on couches, sleeping in my car, sleeping in a hostel, sleeping on a boat, right? I had no home of my own. And no one gave a shit. Nobody called me. Nobody checked up on me. Nobody was there. I'm about to say, not to say I didn't have people there, but people weren't there, right? And the one thing that he talked about is if you got that dog in you, you got that fight in you, you can get back up. And I can promise you, I've gotten back up every time. But every time I get up stronger. Because if you get knocked down by life and you try to get right back up, but you didn't learn nothing, you're going to get your tail knocked right back down, okay? Take a moment, gather yourself, put your mouthpiece back in, okay? Take that count all the way to about 8 or 9, and then get ready to fight again. And learn from what you did. Put that arm up. Block that punch coming in. All right? Block that haymaker from coming over your head. Keep your guard up. Protect yourself at all time, right? So, gents, that's a very powerful lesson. I'm not trying to discourage you all. I don't want to sit here and anymore tell people don't get married. I'm not going to say that anymore. I'm going to say if you're going to do it, have a plan. One thing everybody that knows about me, the people that are close to me, is Sean always has a plan. Always. I don't roll without a plan. I always have something I'm working on. Always. If you don't always have something you're working on, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Okay? I thought that was important to put that on there. Get that 8 count and go. Boom. Right. My luck came from preparation and opportunity. Yes. And when you're positive, right? When you're operating in positive, you're speaking positive into your life and you believe it and you're operating in it, man, it just seemed like opportunities come up all the time, right? Am I lying? Which one of my brothers know that I'm not lying? When you are your negative, don't it feel like woe is me? Don't it feel like this keeps happening to me? It's because when you live in that negative mindset, you invite more negativity to come in. That's your frequency. You're inviting it. Same thing when it comes to the people that are in our life and our relationships. When we're not fully in tune with ourselves and what we should be doing and where we're at, negative people seem to come around, don't it? Seem like we draw in those negative people. But man, when we humming in all cylinders, we are a light. We are a beacon. And guess what? Moths are attracted to the flame. Right? And if they can take your positive from your flame, then they're warmed by it. They're nurtured by your flame. But if they're not, they'll get burned up by it too. Okay? Good life lesson there. Hope you guys get that one. All right. One of you guys made a comment earlier in the comments. You guys talked about I'm not wanting to protect Black women. This has been this has been a topic of conversation for a while. And I get it. Some of you guys are like, why should I care? You just showed, Sean, that they don't care about us, so why should I care? I want you to hear what this brother has to say. He's been putting out a lot of videos lately. You guys, if you're on social media, you've had to see it. And if you didn't, he's going to keep it real. Now, that comment says, our sisters need us, bro. I'm really starting to see our sisters aren't protected, bro. Now, this is the answer.
Gang, I'll tell you the same thing I told that Papa Rudy character. The only Black women that get protected over here are the black women that love and respect black men. Now, the black women that call us bully bags, y'all can protect them. The black woman that was laughing at Kevin Samuels when he passed away, y'all can protect them.
Yeah.
The ones that said they get turned on when they see police officers unalive black men, y'all can protect them. Again, the only black women that get protection from over here are the black women that love and respect black men.
Period.
That's it. That's all.
That's it. All day. Now, ladies, if y'all think that's cruel, if you think it's cruel for men to feel that way, particularly black men, right? If you feel it's cruel for black men to think and feel this way, I invite you to go watch the beginning of this live stream. Go ahead. Go back and watch it. And you'll see the nastiness and the vitriol that make men just go like, why am I going to put my life on the line for somebody who's not going to appreciate me giving it? Listen, here's a life lesson for you. Men protect what they value. I'm going to say that again. Men protect what they value and brings value to them. Your man go out and he mad because he washed his car, or he go out and he wash his car. He values his car. He go ahead and he get mad because you destroyed all of his video games and that's his livelihood. That's what he values. A man is going to protect what he values and what brings him value. That last part is important because it's not just enough about valuing women, gents. You can value someone that don't mean you no good, but does she reciprocate the value that you put on her? If she doesn't, let her go. Not worth it. That's a no-go. Time waster. Listen, one of the things that we need to talk about in our community is forgiveness. I talked about this earlier, and I said, Sean, what do you mean forgive? I want you to hear this next clip because it is going to lay out what true forgiveness looks like. The next two clips are going to talk about true forgiveness and why it's impossible right now for black men to forgive black women. And it's also going to shine a light on that black women don't forgive black men. They truly don't. So we need to analyze forgiveness. We need to understand the why on forgiveness. And then we can come to the truth by understanding the why.
Right? Real apologies is how I was taught. I do something, right? I change my behavior. I no longer do that, then I apologize to you as a new man. Yeah, right? That's how you really apologize. Like if I get in trouble and then come to you because I got in trouble and apologize, I'm still the same jackass.
Yeah, you ain't
right?
changed.
I haven't changed. I gotta change the behavior first. No longer do this. Then I say, hey, I want to say sorry for who I used to be. I'm no longer that guy. Now, me moving in this new space, I don't say you need to accept it, but don't keep bringing me back to who I used to be. If you told me to be accountable, what the fuck am I being accountable for if you're gonna keep still pulling me back? Like with Chris Brown, why are you still calling this man and keep using what he did as a teenager? He has 2 kids, 3 kids by now. They're damn near grown. And you're still talking about some shit that, so the only person that has not grown is fucking you.
Excuse the language on that one, but he's telling the truth. Here's the thing. We are seeing that modern women today are unapologetic of their behavior. Their actions say they're unapologetic, but not only their actions. Listen to modern women. Listen to what they're saying. There is no remorse. There is no remorse for the actions of these women today. They are absolutely unaffected by it because all they're thinking about is them. And they're operating in the same behavior that keeps them in the exact same place. And for them to blame men for the men that they chose is a lack of accountability. And it is the exact reason why modern women, half of them, will be single, childless, and alone by 2030. But we're not done, because I told y'all I have 2 videos talking about apologizing. The other issue that we are seeing is that you have people that do fake apologies. Ladies, some of you all are dealing with men who mess over you, mistreat you, dog you, use you, abuse you, and now you can't trust any man because of the actions of some dude who already showed you from the beginning he ain't shit. And you blame all the rest of us who are trying to do right and do the best that we can. Men are sick of that. Men are sick of this false equivalence, these false apologies, because your actions show that you haven't forgiven. Why would I deal with somebody who can't forgive or who can't move on? And more importantly, a lot of these women can't even forgive themselves. That's why they're still stuck where they're at. That was the wrong one. Wrong button.
You can't punish a person and forgive them at the same time. You can't. The whole performative thing, you got to do X, Y, and Z. Like, yes, there's a roadmap to atonement, but that does not include further persecuting a person for something that they did. And I'm not saying that every man is like this. Again, I don't even want to pretend that most men are like this. But the man that understands that he made a mistake, his conviction is going to do much more to him than you ever could.
Who?
Him realizing that I've put my home at risk, I've put my foundation at risk, I hurt the woman that I love, the woman that pours into me. That's gonna fuck him up more than you being mad, more than him having to walk
Absolutely.
on eggshells, him having to you can't punish a person who heart punished him first. So if his heart hasn't punished him, there's nothing to forgive.
Right.
There's nothing to work on. There's no check his heart first. If he not up about what he did to you, there's nothing to talk about.
That's deep, man. That is deep. Again, a person who's contrite, a person who's remorseful, they're going to beat themselves up worse than you ever can. But we see today with modern women is that they love the chaos and they love the drama of the dude who keeps messing up, because it allows them to operate from a place of superiority over that man. There's always something that they can hold over that man's head as a manipulation tactic. And that's not love. Anytime you have to use a manipulative tactic in order to get, acquire, keep a person, that's not love. That's damage within yourself. And it says more about you than it does that person. Yes, we need to be able to be self-reflective when we do something wrong, but we also need to have the grace to forgive ourselves in order for us to move to the place that we need to be. And you will not move an inch until you can have that contrite heart that allows you to operate differently than you did before. Because if you're operating the same, you're going to get the same results. All right. We're almost done with these clips. We have another clip from this dude. You guys may have seen this. Occult Sciences. I'll tell you what the name of the show is, or one of you guys can put it in the chat. But it's I'll put it in after this. Let me play this video. I've showed you guys this video in a previous video, but the reason why I want to show it here is because I wanted you guys to understand something. Once a man has seen what real love is and he's done the work and he's trying to change, good luck on trying to get that type of man. Good luck on thinking you can affect or offend that man. And that's what we're going to see in this next video.
Did not expect consideration from a woman until I got it. And now I be goddamned if a woman come by here and not be considerate and I let her slide. I didn't know that I needed to be spoken to in a gentle way until a woman did it. I didn't know I needed to have space held for me emotionally until a woman did it. So do I expect way more? And don't that's not even to mention the work that I've done in my own life. This is about, yes, men actually are raising our standard. It's happening slowly and surely, but it is happening. And I think right now we at this stalemate because women are raising theirs too. You feel me? So we all kind of looking at each other like, what else do you do? For the longest time, money was enough. You make you a decent living, you could find you a woman. Whether y'all loved each other or not wasn't the point. Y'all could find somebody. You had some on you, you could bear some kids, take care of a home, you could find you a man. That's not gonna work for nobody no more. So men are like, all right, you got shorty, what else? The last chick got that. Like, I ain't even have to work for that. So if you don't got more than that, what's up? And the same thing with ladies looking at the men, like, big dog, I got my own 6 figures, so what else do you do aside from come with money? So it's like, yes, we are all raising our standards. What the problem is, we've hit a stalemate because this is new territory.
All right, so this is new territory. I don't have a problem with women raising their standards. I don't. The problem is the women who think that immaterial things means that they're raising their standards. Women think that because they got a job, degrees, and money and stuff like that, that's raising their standards. That's raising their personal standards. It's not raising their relationship standards. They're different. Most of the time when women have money, it don't affect the majority of us men. It don't. So if that's not helping me to become the best version of myself so I can be the best version of me for you, then what does it matter? And on the flip side, gents, the days of women in the kitchen just cooking and cleaning and being your personal whatever, those days are done. We are in new territory. But as I have stated on this channel multiple times, a lot of men I know how to cook. All the dudes I know and associate with and call my brothers in this life, they all know how to cook. You all have seen on this channel me show you women saying that they don't know how to cook or they don't want to cook because they feel like it's slavery or they think microwaving something is cooking, and it's not. To me, that's sad because as an adult, you should know how to cook. I, as a man, have no problem cooking dinners or cooking meals for my woman. Hell, I need to be better at it. I have no problems. I have the ability to be able to cook. Isn't it pretty sad that a lot of modern women today are congratulating each other that they don't know how to cook and they don't have to do it for no man? And this is exactly what the German woman was talking about. Soraya, this is what she was talking about. But we mad at her for telling the truth, right? I don't know, man. Right. I love cooking, right? Been cooking since I was 7. Same here. I would say I think I first tried to cook when I was about 8. I've been a latchkey kid since I was about 7. And then 8, I tried to cook, and I really messed up some eggs really badly. Right? But I had to learn. And the old ladies, the elders, the matriarchs in the family, they wouldn't let me be in the kitchen because they said that's not where you're supposed to be at. That's the way they trained us. Like, yo, you need to be going ahead and getting your little head knocked off outside so you can learn to be tough and be a man. I still would peek my head around the corner and later on I would ask questions. Hey, why'd you put this seasoning on there like that? Why'd you do this? How do you know what temperature is supposed to be? These are questions I started asking over the years. And then when I became a man and I wanted to cook specialty stuff like gumbo, red beans and rice, when I wanted to know how we do certain things, I called my mom. I said, Mom, the gumbo tastes good. Okay, it tastes like gumbo, but it don't look right. What am I missing? Mom dropped that. Hey, Mom, you got to do this. Did you add this? Did you put this? I did that. Gumbo on point now. Okay, it don't taste like hers, but it's still Like, it's still really good. I did my own way of cooking my gumbo, but it still has the essence of the way I was taught. How many women can say they can do that? I've cooked Thanksgiving dinner a number of times now. I cooked it. Hey, get out of my kitchen while I'm cooking. I've done that. They got women that don't know how to cook the mac and cheese no more, bro. They don't know how to cook the mac and cheese. There's a problem with that. It's a damn shame. I feel like the phrase love at first sight doesn't exist anymore, does it? Too many intangibles involved. Yeah, things are different, Darnell. I was raised by my grandma and granddaddy. Then I got my head knocked off afterwards outside. Black by design, man. You got me laughing on that one, bro. Oh, man. Preston says, love is apparently slavery to the mind of money-hungry, moocher, diseased up, walking hazards, talking disasters, street losers. Preston, you almost got me with that one. You almost got me, bro, but I got it out. I got it out. As far as what the name of that podcast is, if you want to look it up later, they be having good conversations. It's called Tonight's Conversation. So I'm going to put it in the chat. Tonight's Conversation is what it's called. There we go. All right. We're almost done with these clips. I'm going to get you guys out of here. Now, I showed you Trip talking about I told you all about Trip talking about he didn't know what he needed from a woman until he got it. Now, listen, if you're a man on your purpose, you're a man on your grind and your hustle, and you come across a woman that shows you kindness you didn't have, if you come across a woman who does things for you that no other woman has done, if you come across a woman that loves you unconditionally, if you come across a woman that pours into your cup and doesn't take away from it, it's really hard to go back from that. And hopefully, and I prayed it for you guys, right, from listening to a channel like this, that if you happen to come across that, don't let that woman go, because she is a rare find. I'm not saying be a simp for her or be a fool or a sucker. I'm saying be a man for her, be a leader for that woman. Do the best you can. And at the very least, learn from it. That way, when it may not work out, it may not work out. And that's unfortunate, but sometimes it happens. But I tell them across that, and you're starting to change who you are, you know that you shouldn't, as a man, go back to anything less than that. And that's why probably like a lot of you guys out there single, because you know what it is. You don't know how to go back to any less because you've seen what it could be. I want you guys to hear this young lady right here, because she's going to talk about something. She's going to talk about one of the problems that we're seeing from modern women today in respect to just showing general kindness to a man that they like. Check this out.
I knew I wasn't going to be in the dating game for very long. When y'all started explaining pursuing someone as chasing them. You double texting is not you chasing them. You giving them an extra call is not you chasing them. I think that we are so enabled by the things that we see on social media that we forget, like, we can live our life however we want to. Everybody just want to act so emotionally unavailable and start with that whole nonchalant war. And as we've learned, and I'm hoping that everybody else is learning, nobody wins in that war. Like, dating's supposed to be showing up as best as you can for that person, showing that you're interested in that person. And that goes both ways. Not just with men, it's not just women. You should be actively trying to show the person that you're talking to that you want to fucking talk to them. I just don't understand. Like, it's so freaking exhausting. We have to do better. I just want better for our people. That's it. That's all. But anyways, you have a wonderful rest of your day. Toodles.
Look, shout out to this young sister right here. How many of you guys have seen these women out here on social media saying if he don't text you back, then he don't love or he don't care about you, or right, or if he ain't doing this for you, he ain't crap, or he double messaging you, then he lame. Oh, don't message him back, make him chase you. Does that make sense? If the guy is showing genuine interest in you and you like the guy, why wouldn't you text that guy back? Why, if this dude is a possibility, that you wouldn't show effort to show that you want to be with this dude? Like, that don't even make no sense. And this is, ladies, talk to the ladies right now. This is one of the problems. You all are getting your information from women who don't want to see you succeed or be prosperous. And they for sure, with their single tails, don't want to see you happy with your own man. Misery loves company. And I show y'all all the time on this channel. So listen, you may hate what I'm saying. You may hate the way I deliver it. But here's the thing. I'm telling you the truth. But you'd rather listen to the people that lie to you. Again, when have we valued listening to the lie over the truth? That says everything we need to know about the society today, that you can't even show genuine interest for a person without the people that's supposed to be for you knocking it down. That's because of their own jealousy, hatred, and insecurity they have. If you want to keep those type of people in your life, you're going to be single too. All right? In all seriousness, this is exactly why men don't want to go near people like this, period. The right women will work with you to create a better life. Absolutely. I know how to cook, clean, and sew. I'm blessed to have a wife who takes good care of me. Look, I stopped. I remember I didn't have time to take one of my uniforms to the tailor, and I started sewing my own patches on my uniforms when I was in the Navy, and I never failed an inspection. You couldn't even see the seams because I got it down pat. So I know how to sew. Oh yeah, your boy know how to sew. I'm talking about, like, I've been sewing on my own uniforms for at least 3/4 of my Navy career. Other than when I made chief, I made sure that got taken in and that got done right, because you don't want to be a chief with no messed up patches and stuff sewed on there. You know what I mean? But shout out to this young lady. We need more women who think like this. We need more women that think like this. All right. Listen, before I get to the question of the day, that's what we'll end off on. We're at the 2-hour, 33-minute mark. We're going to be, sorry, I'm going to cut this short, but I have to work on this next video. I'm going to give y'all a hint what the next video is about, or tell y'all what it's about. Again, I told y'all last week, we're going to go back to the well of talking about single mothers. I intend to define what it is this time because people didn't understand. And listen, I'm giving you my definition of it. A lot of you guys agree with me because will agree with me because I read the comments. But women today are like, oh, not all single mothers are bad, blah, blah, blah. Like, look, we're talking about a specific type of woman with a specific mindset. So we're going to get there. I'm going to show you guys some stuff about single mothers, but then we're going to go in a slightly, like I said, a different direction, but a different direction than we did on the last video. And if you didn't see the last video, I'm going to link that one at the end of the video I'm going to put out tomorrow or Friday. I want to get it out tomorrow, but I also have Deadpool to go watch. So let that sink in the way you want to, okay? Oh, shout out to Black by Design for another $10 holler. I'm going to have to update this thing and just say you gave $30, bro. I texted a chick once and didn't hear from her. After 3 days, I deleted her number. Okay, sounds good. When she texted me back 2 weeks later, how many of y'all have got that 2 weeks later text? I said, who this? I said that for you, Black by Design. Who this? She was wondering why I deleted her number. Listen, ladies, he brings up a great point. You all are playing games because you want us to chase us. We want to see that you have genuine interest in us. And for us that ain't playing no more with those games, because we get ghosted all the time, right? Guys get ghosted way more than y'all do. Even the ones that can pull chicks get ghosted. Don't get it twisted. Okay? Us dudes that can pull chicks get ghosted. And it don't make it feel any better. We just gotten to the point where like, you know what? I'm gonna waste my time. Time to move on. So if you really like or want to get to know somebody, show that man. Test and try that man. It's not to say, just go out with everybody. No. But when you got a man who's putting in the effort, why are you gonna play the games with that man? A lot of you women are single because that's the way you operate. All right. Adam says you have to learn to take care of yourself before taking care of others. Absolutely. T. Lamore, thank you for being here, brother. I have even mastered cutting my own hair. USMC. Thank you for your service too, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, I've been cutting my hair since I was 14 years old, man. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Now that I'm in my mid 40s, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I be a little lazy with it sometimes. It don't look bad, but it's just I used to put a little bit more into it. You know what I mean? Now, man, like I make sure it look decent, go about my business. You know what I mean? Could it be better? Yeah, but I'm a perfectionist. So if I sit there too long, it's just not good. Okay. But thank you for your service, brother. Yep. And you had to have that haircut right so you could be in regs. Had to have them. Look, I keep my fingernails still trimmed to this day, right? I still keep my fingernails in regs because, gents, this is for my younger dudes who don't know. I'm about to drop game on you, bro. My mom told me and the ladies in my family told me, yo, no woman wants a man with dirty hair, dirty, messed up hands, putting their hands on them, okay? Keep your nails clean, trimmed, right? Get that cocoa butter in there. Some of y'all looking like Ashy Larry out here. Get some of that cocoa butter on there. Have a skin routine, right? Have a regimen. Keep your stuff trimmed, right? You got to keep the appearance, man. Women ain't supposed to talk to you just because I'm a good man. Man, look, let's be real here. Let's talk real for a second. You being a good dude ain't enough. Because it ain't enough for us guys. We want to see a woman we are attracted to. We want to see a woman that puts some level of effort. Even the women that had the low makeup. Hell, we can appreciate that they carry themselves different and appreciate that. We got to be on our game too. We got to be on point. The other thing is too, man, look, I'm in that gym. I mean, if it ain't obvious, I go to the gym and work out. I don't do it for ladies and women. I do it for me. And as a byproduct, right, I'm attracted to some women. And I do it now for my own health. But guess what? This is the way my woman met me. My woman met me in shape. So guess what? I keep in shape. Bro, it's simple. It's simple. And you're doing it for you. You're doing it because you're trying to step up to that next level. Part of stepping up that next level is, you're clean, you're well trimmed, manicured, all that stuff ready to go. Kevin Samuels tried to teach some of you guys that. I hope you guys heeded it because it ain't enough because you got the money in your pockets. If you stank, and you got money, yeah, some women will lay down with you, but you ain't gonna never get quality woman like that. Let's be real about it. We got responsibilities too. All right. Oh, Black by Design, ex-Navy here. Thank you for your service too, brother. I appreciate you. Yep. Ola says, I need a wife. And listen, you prove my point, Ola, man. You prove it. You prove my point. Men want those things. But the great thing about what's happening on social media right now and channels like this is men aren't just willing to just run to any woman to marry. I hope you're not. I hope that this type of channel, it doesn't discourage you, but I hope it makes you pause enough to say, is this woman a wife? Can this woman be a wife? And are you clearly communicating your expectations to that woman before you put that ring on her finger? Are you clearly communicating what it is that you need from her? And have you clearly put out to her what your vision is, what your goals are? And what is she telling you how she can help you all achieve that goal and those dreams. And there's a lot involved with this. And that's why I drop it. I'm trying to keep it real for you guys, because we have work to do too. And while we're waiting on our woman to come here, our wife to be here, we need to continue to be the best version of ourselves that we can be so that we can all live our best life, right? All right. Sorry, let me get to this next segment. Let me see if I got a banner for it. I don't have a banner for this, but let's call it this: memes of the day, because that's what these comments are. They're nothing but memes, okay? I got 3 sets of comments to show you guys. Now, this I took, again, this is stuff I screenshotted from my comment section this morning. Check this out. So this woman, this was in response to the video I put out here. You can see here, why can't black women be submissive to black men? This is what the answer was from this Ann woman. I will never submit to any man. She says, what about harmony? This need to control is the problem. This was my response to her. Submitting to a man is not a bad thing, or what you think it means. You all who think it is a bad thing will lose in the long run. The statistics already bear that out. As far as harmony, women don't want harmony. Watch any of those housewife shows or women on social media. Modern women today thrive in chaos. This is why you all find hardworking men boring. That was my response. And then this person below it says, it's amazing. I never had this problem with non-black women. I've been good ever since. Listen, you can get mad at that person for saying that non-black women have never given them this problem. But you have to look at the why. Why is this man saying this? This is his experience. Why people aren't picking on black women? This is their experience. And instead of getting your feelings, ask the question, why is that? The problem is y'all know what the why is. Y'all know why men feel this way. You just don't. That's not the answer you want. Because go back to what she originally said. I will never submit to any man. Hence, the problem is in the answer. The problem that women have today is in this response that she felt comfortable enough to leave on this channel comment. Oh, I'm not done. I got 2 more. This woman says, this is a response to why are black women losing out on marriage unlike other women? Her response was because they are either going to prison or aborted. Yeah, I said it. Okay. All right. Yeah, I said it. Okay. All right. You big and bold. Here was my response. Well, you all are the ones doing the aborting. That's a choice. Black women are the leading cause of death of black men due to getting rid of kids. Oh my God, I probably shouldn't have said that word. We'll see though. Second, yes, black men are more likely to go to jail more than any other race of man. 6 times as likely. But he is targeted by the white man and the system more than any other race of man. Shout out to my white brothers out here. There's not a diss on all of y'all. This is just facts I'm stating, okay? This is a channel for men and for women who support and love men, okay? There have been more convictions overturned in the past decade than ever before because they are finding that a lot of the black men have been unfairly prosecuted and or the evidence was flimsy in the first place. Then I went on to state approximately 54% of black men are single and childless. It's a small percentage of men who are creating a lot of the black children, approximately 16%. And that's because black women are sleeping with those same type of men. And I say they're having kids with them and they're getting rid of them too, right? They're control of deleting the fetuses. So the fact that you stated something without knowing the context and the facts behind it don't make you right. It makes you ignorant, which is sad to hear, sister. You just took an L and you don't even know it. That was my response to her. Next. Now this woman here, she just asked a question. She just said, TSG, I was in a situationship. I left. I don't fuss and cuss. I submitted. I cooked. I cleaned. I have a great personality. I loved to laugh. I respected him. I supported him and his family. So what are your thoughts? This is the first time that I'm going to answer this. I did answer this, but I'm going to answer this in real time. I don't know what I wrote. I'm just going to tell you what I'm thinking, okay? Let's start off by what you called it. It was a situationship. Again, the problem is in the statement, right? You did all those things for a situationship, not someone that you were intentionally dating and someone who was intentionally dating you. We need to stop. And many of you brothers who come here in the comments, I got a super chat to get to. I will get to it. Just give me a second. I'm a little behind here. A lot of you women will be in situationships because it gives you the freedom to be able to up and walk out at any point, but you're not in an intentional relationship. And ladies, this is something you need to understand. A situationship isn't nothing real. You can do all of the stuff that this woman just said, but you got to understand, you led with it being a casual relationship. And for some men, they will take that. Now, I went on, if I believe correctly, I went on to tell this woman that there are a number of reasons why men don't commit. You all can go back about 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago, and go watch a video I talked about that, where a woman talked about how she asked her exes why they didn't commit to her. But in there, I also talk about why men don't commit to women. If a man doesn't, if you're not serious, I'm not saying you need to bombard a man. We need to get married now. You're going to lose that man doing that too. Show him that you are wife material. Show him that you're a person or a woman who will fill his cup, not empty it. Be intentional with your actions and let him know that this ain't no situationship. And you have to be able to walk away from that. Okay? But when you showed him a situationship, you told that man it is okay to keep this thing casual. You are, for that man, potentially just a person to spend time with. You are just a person to have on their arm. And that's the real. You gave that man no reason to want to commit to you. And sometimes you women say, I do all of these things, which in and of itself may be truth, but I told you there's always the lie. And the lie is you did it, and so you think that that's enough. But in reality, it wasn't enough for him. It wasn't what he was looking for. On the flip side, some of us men, we think we're doing all this stuff, but it's not enough to secure that woman for whatever reason. And we got to be real about it. All right? So those were the 3 comments I wanted to show you. I just wanted to show you, I showed you all of that stuff and all the vitriol and attacks that the German woman got. Soraya Brooks, check out her channel if you want to see more of her content. And then I showed you how black women and black men felt about it. I showed you all this stuff. And I'm going to tell you my thoughts in a second. We'll get out of here, but I'm going to bring up the question of the day. Hey, before we get to the question of the day, Black by Design says she will never submit to any man other than her boss. I talked about that in last week's live stream. If you missed it, go check out that video. Look at the clips of that. Absolutely. Okay. What was I about to do? Oh, banner. Question of the day. Do you think what that German what the German woman said was right or wrong? And I want to know why don't you think she was wrong? I want to know, why you think she was wrong or why you think she was right. After this live stream, go down in the comments of the live stream and put down your comment. I want to hear from you. All right. I'm going to take some of you guys' chats, comments about this, and then we're going to get out of here. All right. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Okay. And let me update this because Black by Design has contributed tonight $35 in super chats. And I appreciate that, man, because it helps the channel out. Everything helps the channel. Everything is about helping the gents out. Okay? I'm going to start from the bottom and I'm going to move up. T. Lamore says, peace. Thank you. Press says, I'm working on myself and my martial arts, working on being the best person I can be. Every day, man. You need to continue to be consistent and persistent in the thing that you're driving for. 100% the women who had pushback priced it. Yep. Tap into your energy. Yep. We should listen and observe. That's why you have one mouth and 2 ears, 2 eyes and 2 ears. Oh, that's a good one. Yep, I've heard that before. Never expect someone to have reasonable intelligence based on their success. Folks dealing with spiritual warfare and trauma. Well, we talked about spiritual warfare earlier. Yep. People shooting folks over road rage, right? Not being emotionally intelligent. Hell, we see women all the time not being emotionally intelligent. Oh, that's a great idea for a video. Women's emotional intelligence. So once y'all see that pop up in the videos, you got to watch it because you just heard me come up with the idea now. Go ahead and support that video when I put it out one day, okay? We're going to get there. Yep, Black, I'm not complaining about a woman. I'm just going to work on being able to identify my needs and figure out how to maintain in the stressful situations. Yep. You guys are doing well, man. They teach you math, but won't teach you how to interact with others in conflict resolution. And there's a reason for that, because they want us locked up in this prison industrial complex, man. It's all by design. Okay? Psychology should be taught in grade school. The problem is not enough folks going to the Board of Education meetings. Man, we have a lot of problem with education. Again, some of you all are in support of people and factions and organizations who are actively trying to make us dumber in school. Like, I really want you to think about that. They are literally trying to dumb down the schools. They are literally, I read a book for my, I think I was in honors English, okay? Can't remember which year, because I took multiple years of honors English. I think I took up to English 4, right? You had to pass all 4 of those to graduate. So I took honors English, and during the summer, they make us read books. One of the books I read, I believe it was in my sophomore year, maybe my junior year, there's a story called, and there's a movie about it. What's old boy name who got, what's his name? He was married to Lori Harvey. No, he was with Lori Harvey. I can't think of his name. He was Killmonger in Black Panther. What's the dude? I can't think of his name. Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan played a version of this movie called Fahrenheit 451. In that book, it talked about basically in the future, they would burn books. You were not allowed to read books. So this was a way to keep people from learning, experiencing art, thinking for themselves. There was another movie that I'm going to see how many of my people out there are slightly nerdy like me with it, but I thought this movie, it was like a low budget Matrix. You ready for it? It's called Equilibrium. It's with Christian Bale, and it had, I see his name in my head. Not Tyrese, I think it. He used to be in all the black movies in the 90s. Taye Diggs. Equilibrium, right? And in that one, you couldn't have arts, you couldn't have books, you couldn't have none of this stuff. Think about this. The point of that book was that, yes, maybe reading book and art lead to wars and this, that, and the third. But life without art, life without the ability the ability to read. Life without understanding knowledge and be able to read things for yourself is a life not worth living. And that's where we're going to. Everything is about our phones. Okay? Everything is about the almighty phone or social media. So why did I say that? You got to be careful, man. Be careful. Be careful. Hey, the other side of Vegas says equilibrium. Bro, ain't that the, man, look, ain't nothing cooler than the gun kata, bro. The gun kata. Black Brother said, I love that movie, bro. When I see that movie on TV or whatever, it comes back on Netflix, I always watch it. Always watch it. Tay Diggs. Yep. Got it. And people will take the path of least resistance like water. I need to know what's going on in your head. The more technology advances, the dumber people become. I've said this before in this channel, man, that how is it? This is one of those things. I'm just gonna put something in your head real quick. How is it that we are in the that we know of, the most technologically advanced civilization with the access to the most knowledge, and we're more stupider? That's by design, people, because you can't control or learn the people. And we have a bunch of people in our community, and some of you have it in your communities as well, that they don't want to learn. They don't want to know the truth. They don't want to research anything. Everyone is driven by their feelings and their emotions. And we already see how that plays out in the Black community. Emotional men are dangerous men, unpredictable men, and not in the way that counts. It's okay to be a dangerous man, but you have the emotional intelligence when you can take that danger, that risk that you pose, and you keep it not bottled up, but you keep control of it. My girl knows I like to use the term, it's called controlled chaos. This is the term I use. That controlled chaos. I know how to take a person's life. I know how to be a dangerous man. But why? When that's not the end goal. You guys are fighting. Some of you younger dudes are fighting with each other. You taking other people's life because you think that make you a man. You think that make you strong, and it don't. It makes you weak. Because you don't know how to control that chaos within you. You're worried if I don't do this, I'm going to look weak. That's not strength, man. It's not strength at all, actually. And it's unfortunate because we're in a generation that's raised by the most single mothers. It's not just Black women. This is a modern Western occurrence. It's a problem. It's affecting us all. President said that German woman killed the sisterhood with the truth. She broke the internet, that's for sure. I don't know about single and childless because these chicks get knocked up just so they can live off a man. They'll definitely be single, though. Here's the thing, Desmond. It's a small percentage of men knocking up a lot of the women, right? The women that are educated, so that's the thing, though, right? We're in trouble because when you're more educated, you're less likely to have a lot of kids. That's statistically true. Educated people tend to have less kids. And people who are less educated tend to have a bunch of kids. Now, this is not a knock to you all who want to have big families. But in this type of society, why would you want to have 10 kids? Okay? You can tell me that whole, what's old boy name? Nick Cannon thing where I got to spread my seed. What are you spreading your seed to, man? What are you teaching? what are you? But look, that's it. That's that dude. He got to do that for him. Okay. I showed y'all a video clip on his channel once of the dude that got 30 baby mamas. He done knocked up 30 women. It's crazy. It's crazy. Max Source is first time here. Great work, brother. I'll be tuning in every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern. It's sometimes it's let's see, 3:30 here. So it's 6:30 Eastern to if it's like 5 p.m. I won't usually start the live stream. So I usually try to go to like 6:30 your time, or I try to start at 7:30 your time, right? Somewhere between there. Somewhere between 3:30 and 4:30 Pacific Standard Time. Now, I'm not saying I won't start a live stream at 5 p.m. here if something comes up, but somewhere between that time frame, right? That hour, 3:30 to about 4:30 range. If I start at 5, something happened and I needed a little bit more time. Okay. I got to get better at communicating with you guys when I'm not doing a live stream. But I told you guys before, my son was in town, so I'm gonna spend time with my young, my dude, and make sure my little man got time. I say little man, the dude's 6 feet. Yo, let me tell y'all something real quick. I put my son's hands up to my hand, and his fingers are longer than mine. Like it was like his fingers are this much longer than mine. He's 6 feet, man. He's 6 feet. I'm 6'4". This dude is going to be taller than me, without a doubt. My kid is about to outgrow me. But you know what, though? If he turns out to be a good dude, I'm happy with that. Ola said, I just subscribed. Thank you very much. Yep, the elites want to divide and conquer, and you know the Board of Education voted against phonics and school. Look, it's crazy. If somebody is voting against education, that directly affects us. If you have an agenda that's trying to limit education, that affects us. Be smart. Be smart. I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm not. I'm saying don't just say it because you're in your emotions and you got one topic you focused on. You got to think big picture. One of my favorite phrases to say is this shit is chess, not checkers. Some of y'all are playing checkers. Time to play chess. You need to think 5 moves ahead. You need to think out further than 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 years. You need to think out further than that. Okay? You got to think out further. I don't know what my future is, but I hope in the future I can be better at talking about these things. Finances, politics. I can talk about these things now, but that's not the focus of this channel. Okay? And there are a lot of comments. Black by design. Black women claim to be the most educated, but they're the most single baby mamas. Yeah. A lion doesn't have to tell others he's a king. Nope, don't have to. You have to learn to control your inner beast, knowing when to unleash it. That's facts. Exactly. It's all about being real life. It's too short to be fake. Gotta go. Y'all take care. Good talking with you. Emotional intelligence is paramount. Thank you very much, Ola, for being here. I appreciate it. Pick the right woman and homeschool. Thank you again, Black by Design, for the super chats is either. The other side of Vegas says because common sense isn't common. Exactly. It's basic common sense. Yep. Bars. All right. Or read the book Animal Farm by George Orwell. See, that's the thing. Or 1984. All the stuff these dudes wrote back in the day is starting to come to pass. But people don't read no more, so they don't know that these things were easily predicted. Because Orwell, Rod Serling, right, from the Twilight Zone. Who else? There's a number of these people that were able to talk about these things in story form and predict them, not only because it was like, oh, well, I'm Nostradamus. No, because they understood human behavior and they could see what was happening in society. And they could also see what happened in the past. And they could see how technology might help us grow, but human beings are still kind of the same. People like say, oh, things are safer now, blah, blah, blah. No, we are still a mess. We have all this technology. We have all this knowledge at our fingertips, and we are still just as stupid as ever. We are literally, like we had people back in the day, our people who weren't as educated, but they had more goddamn common sense. More common sense. And I hear people say stuff sometimes, and you say, Sean, well, you talk to people for a living. Why wouldn't you say something? Because there are times that I know not to argue with ignorant people. And that's the comment I made to that woman. I said, you're taking the L because you're the one that's ignorant here. I'm only responding because I know gents read the comments sometimes, and I want them to see how I responded to that woman. And I wasn't really trying to bring her down as much as giving her a stern talking to, right? That was my goal. Billions and the series Succession will have you inspired. It gets wild at times, but it reflects the capitalistic society. And guess what? Look at this. Our women are basically full-blown capitalism, particularly the black women, because we talked about how we as a people spend more than the average, but we know that our women are spending a lot on things that don't matter. We hear them all the time talk about it. Women today, modern women today, are literally the walking embodiment of capitalism. But they don't realize no matter how much they gain, if they are consumers in the market and they're not building wealth, right? They're not willing to hold back that pleasure of buying the stuff that they want, then they're on the bottom rung of capitalism. They're the ones fueling all the rich people. That 1.8 trillion that we're going to have spent this year, who getting all that money? Ain't us. So when that woman earlier in that clip talked about we focused on our community, where are you focused on your community, ma'am? Because you women that come on here and say the negative crap and all this stuff, you all are dragging the community backwards. You really are. We're all basically screwed. Society's done for. Yep, that's a good place to end. We're all screwed. Society's gonna burn. Save yourself. Save yourself. Okay. I want to thank everybody here today. I want to thank my sponsors of tonight's video. Of course, Black by Design, who has contributed like over $40 in super chats tonight. Really helps the channel out because I'm sure this one ain't getting monetized. Shout out to Chosen for the $10 super chat. Shout out to Black by Design. Thank you all for supporting the channel tonight. I appreciate it. Women put too much energy trying to act like men, chasing the bag. Yeah, that is a huge problem, ladies. Y'all don't even understand. Like, you're not even talking about investing in this. As women, y'all would have a leg up if you could say, oh, we got this education, we got this money, we're debt free, and we got savings and investments for future generations. What are you doing? Like, oh my God, you know what? I need to step my game up. Y'all don't have that. The statistics say y'all don't have it. But quick to tell a man that you don't need him. He's not good enough. He's lame. The dude that's out there actually doing the things I just said, he's lame because he can't flooge you out. He can't, let you show off to your girls. Y'all worried about the wrong stuff. And then you get mad at me and this channel for saying this kind of stuff. Come on. Come on. You know what? I'm gonna leave off on this one. Black by Design says, save yourself, black man. And I'm gonna leave off what Adam says this time. Watch the movie called Idiocracy. It's about people becoming dumb in the future. This is what I'm gonna leave off on because this is exactly what I was talking about. And I am mad, Adam, that you brought up the movie Idiocracy before I thought about it, especially Terry Crews playing President Hector Macho Camacho Libre, something. He has his long ass name for the president, right? BMW, black man winning. You know what? I'm gonna start using that for my car. You're like, what is my cousin? She like to say BMW stand for a black man walking, because BMWs break down. Oh man. Anyway, I had fun tonight, gents. We'll be back next week. I plan this weekend for all of you all who have the $4.99 membership or higher. You will see videos. Those will be more like, I'll talk about some clips, but I'm gonna be talking to you guys about the current, what I'm seeing, and I'm being able to talk about it in a way that I can't talk about it on the channel. So that's what you get if you become a member. If there's any other things, I'm gonna be on my grind and my purpose about getting those videos out on the weekend. I'm gonna try to get them out on the weekend, and that's gonna be for the members only, for the gents, for my OGs and my triple OGs. Okay, it's as low as $4.99 a month, and again, it's gonna allow me to be able to talk to the gents in a different way because you guys are paying for the membership. So thank you so much. Thank you for all tonight's sponsors. I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Please be ready for tomorrow's video. It's going to be tomorrow, Friday, but I want to get it out tomorrow. Be ready for that one. And until next time, live your best life.